Well, what's up, good people and Eagle fans? Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. Man, I hope everybody's having a great thirsty Thursday. The Cleveland Doo-Doo Browns have just kicked off to the Baltimore Ratbirds, and I hope you guys are tuning in. I see we got Lady Libra in the house. What's up, Lady Libra? And of course, we got Janet. Don't call me nasty. Rogers. What's up, Janet Rogers? Let's see who else is in here. We got Roland's Review. Stacy Schubert in the house. And JoJo Ann Gonzalez. What's up, Joe Gonzalez? How are you doing? And the Queen is here. The Queen is here. Queen Bella. Bringing that rage. Shout out to Bella. You know, I've got two handcrafted pieces from Bella. Oh, big pass on first down. Lamar Jackson. Eastside Harold. Oh, Lordy. Eastside Harold, you just can't live with that dude, man. He's just like going cray-cray. And it is, of course, Angelica Baron. What's up, Angelica? How are you doing? Shout out to Angelica, because Angelica is also one of my channel members on the Joe Boo's day job. I think it's Stacy. I think you are too. Shout out to all of the new channel members over there. All right, so let me see if they've got. I was going to have Game Time join me and stuff, but they got problems with the microphone, and I was trying to help them out on figuring out how to do it. They got too many inputs. Let's see if they got it straight.
What was I going to say? My question is,
I think they got it straight now. Okay, so let me go ahead and join them. Let me go ahead and hit the Zoom, because I was like, I'm not going to put any more on them. Thomas Garrett, what's up, Thomas? How are you doing? Yeah, Mike, he definitely is having some. Did they get it fixed? I hope they got it fixed. Let me see. Boom, chakalaka. Bengals, not Browns, Mark. Did I say? Oh man, what? It's kind of orange and brown. You know how that is, man. You know, I'm sorry. The Cincinnati Bengals, man. Well, they're treating them like the Doo-Doo Browns. You're right. Definitely the new intro, Browns bag Giants with Rashid. Oh man, yeah. I need to go ahead and actually upload that one as well. Okay. Let's see if they've gotten their stuff together. I'm waiting to get on it. Eastside baby bottles. What's up with that? Gina Dallas Diva. What's up, Gina? Racing Sack. What's going on? Vibrating higher. Going for Baltimore. Yeah. Lamar Jackson doing his thing. Just like that. They're in the red zone. 2.5 minutes in. This might not be a great game after all. This might be a blowout, because it seems like Baltimore, for the most part, is that team. I don't want to say that this is a must-win for the Bengals, but they have the worst schedule remaining. And if they go to 5-5, it's going to make it tough for them to make the playoffs. Well, let's see. Still waiting to get in on Brian. I guess they're still having technical difficulties. 2nd and 3, and he slipped and lost a yard. Michael Pond, how are you doing today? Good evening, Aisman 30. So our Cowboys, remarkably, we got news that we're not used to getting, which is the team is really healthy. We got Peyton Hendershot, who's back at practice after being on injured reserve. And look at Lamar, just running for the first down. Let me check in with Brian, see if they got the shit straight. Oh, must have gotten it. Okay, let's see. All right, let's see. You're connected.
So, Glimmer Man, what's up?
Okay.
Glimmer Man, big boy, gives us a little security, a solid, not great. Yeah, Coyote,
boy.
I don't really know what it's for. I think when you're trying to fill out your practice squad, you're trying to just fill it out with the best possible pieces that fit for the long run or the
Baltimore
the
looks like a
stretch run.
well-oiled machine here.
Yeah, as
Oh yeah,
ready
so
as
it
I'm
was.
going
It was
to be.
2015.
Secondary. Is ready.
So yeah, it was 2015 when you guys got it.
Okay, Iowa boys. Yeah, big
Okay.
boy. We'll take it. We'll take it. We could use all the big bodies that we can get.
Well, I got one right here.
What, you?
Yeah, you said big bodies.
Now, we were talking about our newly acquired Carl Davis.
No, you said we could use all the big bodies we can get. I
Hey,
said,
if
here
you
I
wanna
am,
go in
man.
there,
Shit.
I don't think you're that
Put
big
me in,
anymore.
coach.
Yeah, no.
I don't think you're that big anymore, man. You're losing weight left and right. You're svelte.
I'm still about 250, 255.
Yeah, that's svelte for you. You're a big boy.
Well, but guys aren't
Big
that.
boy.
We went through where guys were getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Now they're getting smaller and faster. Speed is what
Yeah.
you need. I've got neither right now, but it is what it is. Kiwana Gibson, how you doing? So I was trying to help you out in the chat there with the mic issues that you had.
Yeah.
Did you figure you had two inputs on, right?
No, I didn't. It was just Phil had to make me go out of OBS. Kinda. He's been there before. I've had it on all day, and then I restarted my computer. Apparently, I had to switch the mic and go back to it, and then it kind of cleared it up.
All right.
Stupid like that. So.
Well, I have that happen to me whenever I add like a new camera with
yeah.
Live
I
Stream
don't
Studio.
like to mess with my stuff,
That's what she said.
Brian, I'll go in.
You can't test
Okay,
it, so-
Chuck. My man, Chuck is 6'4", 360. Dude, we could use you.
Did Andrew really go down? Man, that's my time. Man.
Okay.
What's that?
Hey,
What?
You can't give me 4 points and then just
Whitworth?
leave.
Oh, Andrews. Yeah.
All right. So
yeah.
so far, Baltimore's coming out looking like a juggernaut right now.
They are
Cincinnati
looking
Cincinnati needs this win big time. They've got the worst remaining schedule, and they lose this one. It's not good for them. So you heard that Peyton Hendershot is back to practicing now.
I did. His 21-day window has been open, so he could practice for 21 days.
I think McEwen's been playing better.
Yeah.
Maybe not Luke, though.
Well, they said he could possibly play this weekend.
I think all of them, right?
I don't know that he will.
Well, here's the way I look at this, and I
don't
hope
know there.
I hope that I'm right about this. But what I would start thinking about resting Tyron, resting some of our veterans and things, and using this kind of a game to get experience for the younger guys somewhat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Get in, get a lead, get people off the field, and get some more experience on this because we're going to need some of these guys.
Really, Bobby?
Dak can win MVP. He must beat good teams to keep it up. So how you guys feel
Thank you.
about, now all of a sudden Dak's getting some love? Not a lot, just a little bit.
Here we go with the Dak.
I'm just
Here we
asking.
go. Go ahead,
Not
Phil.
even 5 minutes.
Go ahead, Phil. Go ahead. You answer that one.
I think the media has changed their narrative since Parsons called them out.
There you go.
You can see the subjects have changed. The way that they're evaluating quarterbacks now. Still some of them are blind luck, like Orlovsky with
Oh my God.
with the excuses for
He was on a soapbox this
for
morning.
Josh Allen. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, when I look at that offense, I look at Buffalo Bills going. It wasn't the offensive plays; it was the quarterback throwing it. And you go and rush, fire the guy that was trying to be conservative because his quarterback was throwing it all over the place and turning it over. So he had to change his approach, and then you go and fire him. It's like, okay.
He was okay. Let's be clear here. He's a sacrificial lamb to give some red meat. Okay, you can't bench Josh Allen, right? And the head coach, he doesn't want to fall on the sword. So you're the one that's going to take the bullets. But the reason why I brought it up was not to put Brian on blast. I say, Brian, you're so sensitive these days, man. What's up,
I
man?
don't mind talking about Dak, but I want you guys to get your your
My thoughts
opinions
are?
out, and then I'll give you the facts.
Well, I think because
no, listen to
you
this guy.
actually hit the nail on the head,
Give
Phil.
me your opinion, and I'll tell you what's right after that.
Well,
man.
Phil, I
That's
think
how
you
you
actually hit the nail on the head because Micah Parsons kind of putting everybody on blast has now made people look and say, damn, do I want to be that person? So now it's like maybe I need to kind of really look at this and shade it the correct way. Of course, Joy Taylor. Well, Dak doesn't need to prove anything in the regular season, because, he's always a good quarterback.
Well, then why do they give awards out then, Joy? Every award that they give out is for regular season, okay? Other than the Super Bowl MVP, correct? Am I wrong?
that's
There's not
it.
a playoff performer.
Yeah.
It's everything is regular season, Joy. I didn't even see it, but that
should
right
put the
there
Pro Bowl
pisses me off.
after football Super Bowl. That's what they should. But
Joy
I still
Taylor's dumb.
believe the Pro
Can I
Bowl should
just
be
say
after.
that?
Yeah.
Jesus,
No argument.
She's what now?
dumb,
Ooh, be careful now.
naive, or no, she's dumb. I guess. Well, I guess she's not dumb.
Loyal
She's-
Cowboy. Every
Well, you don't know, but she went to the Colin Cowherd School of Broadcasting. And what does Colin Cowherd do? Dak Prescott. Carson Wentz, he's a Maserati. He pulls up next to you. Dak Prescott, he's a Corvette,
Glimmerman puts out a good point here. He says Parsons needs to put some opposing players on blast during the game.
There you go.
He has nothing the last game. He's a decoy. I wouldn't say that, Glimmerman. I would say this. He's not getting home, but there's a reason why. Defenses are still focusing on Micah Parsons.
But everybody
So
else is feasting.
Yeah, so if that means that's going to free up friggin' Neville Gallimore, then so be it. If that's good,
Well, there's just certain plays that you can take off, and taking on Michael Parsons
Barrow.
is not one of those. I can rest on this play, type of.
Hey, can't hold
guys.
anything
So
back.
you pretty much get the best every single time that you snap. As soon as they see you coming, they're okay. This is that test. I don't want to be. I don't want to be on
Queen
his
Bella
highlight
says
film.
she's just dumb. Okay.
I'm not trying to be mean. If we were to get MVP, that's exactly what they'd say, Brian. Yeah, Coyote, if anybody has listened to what I had to say over this past week in various lives, but I didn't bring it up. I'm not trying to. I love that. I'm so happy what I'm seeing, but I need to see it
Nice
from.
run by
Yes, Mixon. Is that Mixon?
Yeah, Mixon was.
I need to see Dak do this against the good teams. Not saying he can't.
He did
But
against the Eagles, but be that as it may.
He did, but we got to finish the fight. Again, it's not just about putting up stats. We got to win the game. So, all I'm saying is in regards to this MVP, I think that's a little premature. You want to be MVP,
I think
you
he's
have
the
to win your
Cowboys.
division.
I think that he's a Cowboys MVP on offense. I mean,
You got to
got
win your
CeeDee
division.
Lamb right there.
Yes, I agree with
but
that.
but you need to, somebody needs to get him
That's
the ball.
a face mask. They're not talking team MVP. They're talking league MVP.
Oh, I know exactly what they're talking about.
So,
But you can't do that
it's-
off a. You mean they
You got to
went
win your
into-
division,
They
right?
went
You're
into
already
the
lost
Giants
3
game
games.
saying, "Well, if he performs here, you can't be talking MVP," and then that's exactly what they did. And it's like, dudes,
Yeah, I mean,
it's like that's why the narrative with them. It's just like they react so excited. They're like that Charger fan that like a play happens and they're reacting so big to it, and it's just like, come on, man, it's just a Giants.
yes, Reaper,
being
yes.
sorry. And,
You want him to win
know,
the game.
And right now, like,
Yes, I do. I want him to win the game,
Carolina
too.
has the
I want him to win
ability
the Super Bowl.
to win, but it's a lost team. Like you can look in their offense and just see they're
I know,
just so
Chuck.
lost. So,
But all I'll say on the Dak is, and like Phil said, again, we need to. We've already lost 3 games. An MVP has to at least win your division. Please tell me that, or we just, but that's what I would think.
Yeah.
You're gonna know in the next month if he truly is going to be the MVP. Is his stats going to drop on the road this week? Is it going to drop at home against the good defense? I'm telling you, Phil pointed out that Washington's playing better defensively without those 2 stars. So,
Well, it's only been 1 game.
2 games.
Is it 2?
2 games.
Okay.
Their defenses look really good. Yeah, I'm not trying to give them any kind of because their offense still looks terrible, but their defense is playing
Again, they
definitely
should have won
better.
again. They
Yeah.
should have won both Eagle games, and they should have won last week. Added up, I mean, they would be. Sam Howell is leading the league in yardage. Does everybody understand that? Sam Howell leads the league in yardage.
Yeah, but he's also got a lot of interceptions up in there too.
That's why
I
you got
know.
to pass all the time. That's why. Your
But
defense,
you know,
running
I would
backs
just say
suck.
Dak needs to do it against the good teams, and we're gonna find out.
So most of the stuff, yeah, even with their running backs, they're throwing it to him. So his Robinson's a good running back, but you don't have the ability to kind of slow down the game.
Every time I see Burrow,
you know what?
it's
I'm
like
gonna
the
call.
talking.
I'm gonna throw the challenge flag right now. I'm gonna challenge you on their defense is playing better because it was, you know, they gave up 29 to the Seahawks.
Against what?
Okay.
Against,
All right, 29 against the
Yeah,
Seahawks.
that's a good team.
Yeah, but you still gave up 29. I mean,
That's a good
okay.
team.
Good team.
okay.
It's
and
always a
and you
level
gave up
competition you go
17
against.
to the Patriots. The Patriots are Mac Jones. Seriously. And the week before that, you gave up 38 to the Eagles.
And look at the Patriots and
Yeah,
what
but
they've
with
scored
Chase
through
and
the
them.
year. You know, they've had their bad games, they've had their really good games, they've had their bad games. So it's like,
Last week they were talking about firing the coach. Okay.
what did you have with them in the lineup? You didn't have that. They were scoring 30-something
Okay.
points on
Yeah,
them.
right.
You know, so it's like,
They gave up 38 with Chase and Sweat.
all I know is that you took off like what, 60 million.
But you're
off
going
the
against the
books, and
Eagles
you're
versus the
playing almost
Patriots,
same.
though. Come on now, guys. I can't give you a pass on that one. That's two totally different things. You have
but
one of the
we're
best
trying to-
offenses in
Now
football
you're
against
trying-
one of the worst. Okay,
Yeah, but
come
you
on.
don't- But you can't compare it because you don't know how they would have played, what they would play without them. So now you're trying to compare apples and oranges here. You know.
Come on, right? Exactly. So, but still, giving up 29 to Seattle, it's still a lot
No,
of
you're
points.
doing that whole like Miami beat Denver.
No, I'm
beat-
not. No,
beat,
the
KC,
premise
so
the
KC
premise
obviously
was
beat,
their defense is playing better now. Okay, so I
Then
guess
without
I,
a Chase,
I
they
guess
are.
you could say
two-
that the 29 to Seattle is comparable to the Eagles 38. But I'm saying that the Patriots can't score. Patriots probably scoring average is probably 17
Where
points
was
a game.
that game? Was that in New England or was that in?
It doesn't matter right now. Bill Belichick and crew is just bad. But okay, I'll give you that one. All right, so Washington
It
is a
doesn't really matter. That's more of an opinion thing. I think they're playing more as a team that got rid of some of the cancer. Mm-hmm. Nobody's saying they're not going to give up points, but you know, it seemed like they were very
seems
competitive.
like
They
more-
should have won the game this past week. Again,
Whoa! Damn, Queen Bella ain't playing tonight. She said, all I know is whoever talks bad about Dak is going to get a foot up their ass. Damn. Wow. Alicia D. Welcome, Alicia D. All right, so we went from the last last live stream we had, everybody getting naked, to now getting foot in asses. Damn. We are fickle fans here tonight. Okay.
It's all about the matchup, man. This is one of those matchups.
Yeah. People remember the guy that wins. There you go, David Cowboy. Tom Brady is Jim Kelly, if not for the Super Bowls. I would agree with that. Any team can lay an egg on any game, so many
You
factors,
got that right.
including flags at the right and wrong times. Says Glimmer Man.
Okay, so let's step away from the Cowboys for a minute here. So Monday night, KC versus the Eagles, brother versus brother, civil war here, Super Bowl rematch. I'm curious who you guys got and why.
I don't know. I have to kind of give the slight edge to Kansas City, but that doesn't mean anything really in this matchup. But it's like you could see the game going either way. I think just because of the home field advantage, just even some of the referee type of stuff that may happen. You might be in the receiving end of some of these not the flags as crucial time stuff because again, where you're located and where these referees are, sometimes even if they bounce it at the end, it's still going to matter where they throw these flags. So I think it's gonna be a close game, but I would probably have to go more Kansas City just because they're at home, really, and that's the two. They got Andy Reid has had the upper hand a lot of the time.
Here's the deal. I think Eagles on the surface have a chance. The line says it's only a 2.5-point game, favored by the Chiefs. But you're going up against a team who's home, who's also on a bye week. If the Chiefs weren't on a bye week, I would say I'm taking the Eagles. But Andy Reid's career record following a bye, this is 31 games. He's 27-4 following bye weeks. Andy Reid. So that number, if you like numbers, there's a number for you.
Well,
He's very
also,
good.
too, you got to look at the Eagles without Dallas Goedert, one of their weapons. And I think that's a lot bigger than most people think.
I think the running game can definitely do some damage there if they can stay focused on it. You know, it's just, I mean, you got guys there, and their secondary can be attacked, but their defense is really good. So if I remember right, let's see.
Kansas City's deep, actually, quite frankly, Lamar Jackson. Pat Mahomes has come back down to earth a little bit. Quite frankly, well, Dak and him have the same amount of touchdown passes. Pat Mahomes actually has more interceptions.
Going deep. Lamar's going deep. Ooh, he had him too. Ooh, OBJ was open. He was streaking.
Pause.
Brad Harris.
You know, I had to do a walk of shame a little bit today because I started thinking about the perception we all had going into the season where we needed to go get, some people said Odell Beckham Jr. Of course, Hopkins, was another one we looked at. And then, of course, before the trade line, Devontae Adams and things.
What did I say? Do you remember?
Who did you say? You said Hopkins, didn't you?
No, I said I didn't want them to make a move for a receiver at the deadline. I liked our young guys.
Well, right, but you did during the offseason.
Hey, in the offseason, but if we're talking before the season, before we knew anything, yes.
Yeah.
And then
I wanted it only for a certain price. Like once it got
I didn't want to give up.
Once it got past
anything.
like 8 or 9, I was like, no, he wants double digits. He's not worth that money.
Yeah,
There's nothing of his body of work later.
This particular trade deadline, I wanted no part of a receiver. I like what we have. I said it then. I love what we have. I would have liked to have had a running back, but it didn't work out. I think we can get by, but we're going to see. We're going to need to run the ball, guys, in the very near future.
What was nice is I think the Cowboys players, they handled it very well. We want him and stuff like that, but as soon as they got to a certain point, they're like, no, it's past. Like, we don't want to talk about that anymore. It's like that was way before he even signed. So
and once it gets cold, like in Buffalo, I mean, it's more precipitation we got to worry about. But let's say, it's just like some of these outdoor cold. Thank God we don't really have too many. Right? I think that just looking at our schedule, we're in Carolina.
You're in Miami.
Then we're in Carolina, then we're home for 3. And then we're at Buffalo, at Miami, home against Detroit, and then at Washington. So we're not really have to deal with too much of the elements except the Buffalo. I think that game is going to be telling. Buffalo, and if we need that last game in D.C. and Washington. So we're going to have to run the ball in bad weather. If we go on the road, odds are it'll be either Philly or the Niners, right? If you go to Detroit, at the Dome. So we may be able to get away with not having a great running game this year. It's looking better, though, right? I think it's looking better.
I think it's being used better. I think the problem, you remember when I think the first 2 weeks that Tony Pollard had more touches than anybody in the NFL, and I said, he ain't going to hold up for the season. And rumor is that he's still a little bit nicked up. I think you really have to go back to that formula that you had last year where you had Zeke with about 15 or so carries and you had him with like 12 to 15, touches a game. And I think you're actually better off to have him with a burst. Right now, he just does not seem to have that burst, especially when he's going in the middle.
That first year.
Rico seemed to have had a much bigger burst, and he was basically, going hole right now.
My problem with Rico is I really like him a lot, but what happens once we start using him a certain amount? He has shown in the past
know, Mike,
every
3.
single year that he will get hurt and you will lose him for the season. So as much as I want, I really would rather put him as the feature back and then put Tony as the complimentary, 1-2 punch like he was in. But I don't think Rico can handle it.
Well, here's the way I look at it. And that may be true that he may end up getting injured. But I would rather go ahead and run him and let Tony Pollard get healthy for the stretch run and maybe the playoffs. That's what I need. I don't need, a healthy Rico. I'd rather have a healthy, rested Tony Pollard ready to go in the playoffs because you saw what happened to our offense. As soon as he went out with San Francisco, we didn't do jack.
And you're hoping that a guy that's quick like Vaughn Deuce can actually be the complimentary when that guy's out. But, he still needs to get his footing,
Yeah, in the limited stuff that we've seen him out there, he hasn't done much yet, and I think they're just still trying to protect him a bit, that he's not quite ready.
Yeah, and I thought he was going to do a little bit better on the returns, but, you could tell that he hadn't done punt returns.
It's getting heated in here. You beat us once only. We'll only play you once. That's 1 for 1, buddy. Night 3. Talk to me in a few weeks, my man.
Queen Bella says her baby is getting all the attention, number 88. Stop talking Patriots. They are terrible. Who's talking Patriots? Regina Green. What's up, Regina? I don't like Kansas City. Wish both would lose Monday night. Well,
Glimmerman speaking.
I'd rather Eagles lose because that helps us.
Use Lepke. He had 3 carries for 14 yards and a TD. That was a goal line from the 4. Yeah, Glimmerman, ever since we saw that, we haven't seen it again. I don't understand why not.
Is he a breaking tackles type of guy? I mean, I can understand using Lepke, but he's not a Mike Allstott,
He runs high, but so does Derrick Henry. So, I mean... I don't know.
I like Lemke. I'm not.
We haven't seen enough of him, but that's
true.
But that goes to my point. We haven't seen enough of him.
Right
so
about
it's
that.
like, just like, we keep dressing Lepke, and he's not really. That's why I was so happy to see Jalen Brooks get in the game. I was ecstatic, and he didn't drop a ball, guys. Did everybody notice his hands?
They're so big.
I knew that was coming.
Oh my God! Look at his hands. They're so big.
They were just huge mitts. I mean, I can't even act like, Go ahead, Mark. Sorry.
Have you seen that photo with?
How do I feel about Wright taking over play calling on offense? I don't know that it's going to really matter that much, Coyote. They just don't have the horses in the fight.
Big looking dude, man. I like how big he was.
What the hell? Look at Joe Burrow. What is he doing?
Visitors went quiet.
Over here at tight end and stuff like that. He's like, how does it look like out here?
Look at him. Macaulay Culkin.
You can't.
He always
Hey, guys.
Is it too loud?
I'm not afraid anymore. Oh, wait. That's my Home Alone.
Oh, boy.
Buzz, I'm going through your personal stuff. You can come out and pound me.
What? Pause.
Yeah, you guys don't know.
Second and 10.
That's from Home Alone.
Boom.
Nice throw. Ooh,
He dropped it. Damn. Drop.
We haven't even tried Lepke on the goal line as tailback. David Cowboy, that was my quick thing. I just don't want to see Pollard anymore.
Oh my God.
We did, and
At
we
the goal
saw
line.
it work in the preseason, so they're going to save it for that special occasion.
Yeah. Glimmerman, does maybe Lepke not know where to run the ball? He had a running back one time that had good vision and could break blocks, but he didn't understand the play calls and where the hole was to run through. I find that hard to believe. He was a pretty stellar.
That last
And Burrow gets
preseason
sacked.
game, he looked pretty
Yeah,
good.
he down.
Well, one thing that we can definitely say about the Dallas Cowboys offense now. It's not predictable. It's not like Jason Garrett. Do you have any idea what this team's going to come out with next?
No, that's the thing. It's like you have a lot of weapons, and if you can scheme them to get them open, Because there's some guys on this offense that we really haven't seen, but we saw little glimpses of, like Jalen Brooks. Man, I really think he's a possession receiver. He comes up with a lot of. He came up with some really good grabs. There was one that was kind of off, and he picked it up and pulled it down. So I got to give him credit. He needs a little bit more touches. Tolbert's looking really good. I mean, so
even Michael Gallup.
Gallup did a really good job with that deep ball.
Hold it. Somebody, let me see if I have
the
it.
long ball, man.
Now, I don't know if this is true or not, but hold up. Let me see if I can find it.
Hold up. Wait a minute.
Jamie Garcia says, "Hi, Brian. This should be a great game. Bengals are fighting for their playoff lives." I agree, Jamie. I was disappointed in the Bengals last game. They should have beat the East Side Heralds. Anyway, go ahead, Mark.
This blew me away. Now, this is from RJ. Put this out on Twitter, so I'm going to say that, okay, I don't think he's bullshitting us. Cowboys wide receiver Michael Gallup was the fastest ball carrier in Week 10 as he hit a top speed of 21.5 miles per hour on his 41-yard touchdown catch. This is tied for the 9th fastest speed reached by a ball carrier this season. Completion probability on this play was 22.5%.
Yeah, I mean, he came back over the receiver, underneath and across him in order to get to that ball. It was, that's the part that amazed me more. I didn't even notice the top speed that he was going. Sometimes when you're battling somebody, you're trying to get around them, you push yourself a little bit more. So it's good to see that. But I was more amazed how he came back to the ball, but he had to go around the corner to do it. So, yeah, that's what the more impressive part.
Yeah, you're right, Gina Dallas Diva. Giovanni Clowney is still slithering around the NFL. Probably the most overrated edge rusher in the history of the NFL.
He's trying to beat Fitzpatrick for the most jerseys.
Oh my God, Damone Clark is looking incredible. Have you looked at the stats for Damone?
Definitely a lot better.
I haven't, but I
he's
had
got
my
60.
eyes tell me
Would you believe
playing
he's
a lot
got
better.
60 tackles? And check this out. He has only one missed tackle. The only player in the NFL with 60 or more tackles to have only one miss.
Yeah, it's just there's some times where I feel like I've seen him out of position. But yeah, I mean, I love his body of work. I can see him definitely improving as he goes forward. He's definitely last year, right? I mean, he came off that injury, and then he was able to come.
I never thought he was going to hit the field last year.
Yeah, and to get a whole training camp in underneath you where you can actually participate. I was expecting a lot more from him, but he was just kind of like a silent killer kind of. And then by the time you look at his stats, like the pass game, he did really well. But again, it's the level of competition sometimes.
He's what Eagle fans wish Nakobe Dean was. Shots fired. Wow. Shots fired at you guys.
Speaking of Nakobe Dean, he was put on IR.
Yes. Did they put Dallas Goedert on there?
He's coming back, though. Nakobe, they don't expect to be back. They could bring Nakobe back.
But this is the second time he's on there. But then that means they lose, I think, an IR spot.
IR spot, right?
Yeah.
If they don't, So he's probably done for the season. Undersized guy, man. He's got that Liz Frank. Isn't that what Jordan Lewis had? That's bad news. That took him forever to come back. So.
Who's that? Who has it?
Liz Frank. You don't know who Liz Frank?
He's dating her.
He's dating Liz Frank. No, Nakobe Dean has a Liz Frank injury. That's the same thing that Jordan Lewis had.
Yeah.
That injury is.
It's a foot. It's like a broken foot, but almost worse. It's like a stress fracture to your foot. That for an explosive guy like that.
Alan Williams, how are you doing? Crazy Corvette. Oh, look, I have a
No, he's not on IR. They said he might be back in 4 or 5 weeks. He can come back and wear.
Lamar is down. He tried to get up and couldn't. Uh-oh.
Lamar Jackson is down. I hope he's okay.
Oh, shit. He's trying to get up.
Let's see what it looks like, though. Oh, it's a... What is it? Is that his hand? Yeah, it looks like... Oh, no, it's the ankle, I guess, right? I don't know.
I was thinking it was the ankle that did he turn it? He made it, or either that, he's playing soccer kind of thing.
No, I think it's his hand.
When he got up. The guy
Looks like
twisted a little bit when he got up, but
he's all right. Lamar's like, I got my bag. Thank God. You're not able to.
Speaking of bags.
Yeah, exactly.
So, hypothetically, let's say Dak continues to play like he's playing right now for the season.
I'd be okay with that.
Yeah, I think we've been playing a long while.
What do you do with the contract there, buddy?
If he plays exactly that continuously, yes.
And we win a Super Bowl? If you're saying he plays that way in the playoffs and we just keep rolling, then he writes his own check.
Pay the man his money.
If we lose in the divisional round to a team we should beat, or he goes on the road to Detroit and does nothing, then yeah, it's really not about the regular season. At least for me, it's not.
So we say 35 TDs, 4,800 yards.
Yeah.
And, you win a couple playoff games. You're saying you're going to get rid of them? You're not going to pay him?
Wait. You just said a couple playoff games. Do we have the bye? Or are we in the championship?
Well, man,
I don't know. We just said a couple playoff games. I'm just
a couple playoff games, then I'm negotiating.
No, but yeah, at this point,
then I'm negotiating a contract.
Okay, so if we get the number 1 seed and we lose to the Niners at home, yeah, that's bad. That's bad. That's not good. You can have all the yardage and touchdowns you want. You need to win that game.
Then I'm negotiating by that point.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's not about everybody's getting caught up in regular season and a few hot games. Let's see what we do against the good teams and in the playoffs. That's what it's about. He's going to get paid by somebody.
Oh, that's without a doubt.
But it's a team game, and if they're rolling and all of a sudden they stop against the Eagles, or if they stop against the Niners, or if they stop against Detroit, yeah, that's not good. And that's a reflection on him not being able to get the job done. Yeah, that's what they'll say, whether we agree with it.
You just gotta say if they're stopped. Let's just be real.
Okay.
If they're stopped by a lower class one, that's going to be even worse. So you're naming all the competitors that. So in general, if they're stopped, then you have a problem.
All right, I hear you. Okay. So he ends up top 5 quarterback in the NFL.
Top 5?
Top 5 in the NFL. And they
57, 58.
They make the divisional round and don't make it. You say move on. Do I have it right?
No, he's under contract next year.
Well, for $59 million.
You're saying in the
well, he's going to get that anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I don't.
I say he plays under that. I already told you that. I think he plays under the $59 million next year. Unless they win.
And guess what? If you say we're just going to have you play under that $59 million, that's like franchise tagging him, and it's like read between the lines. I will never sign another contract with you again.
Well, I mean, what are you signing? Are you signing?
I don't know what they're
contract?
talking about.
Like, if it's only a 3-year contract, I'm okay with that. Let's go with extra 3 years, and then we'll see where everything
goes down again.
Like,
man,
this whole thing when they're talking about he wants a short contract because he wants to come up again. That's fine.
Right.
I'm okay with that.
Mm-hmm. But all right. But my thing is, how do you structure that? If you only want to do a 3-year deal, how do you restructure for any less
if you do a
than
3-year deal, then you're only doing it for 2 years.
Here's the thing that just drives me crazy.
You're doing that extra year that's voidable. You know what I'm saying?
It's amazing how it's amazing how teams can figure out how to pay a fully guaranteed contract to guys like Deshaun Watson and not have a problem still signing other people. It's just amazing how the Cowboys are always hamstrung. It's amazing to me how all these teams have quarterbacks that are over $50 million. What did we get, 4 this year? And especially the Eagles. Especially the Eagles.
These teams go all in and leave their nuts on the table.
Those guys are already in our eyes, like the main two, too.
I don't mean to be too graphic, people, but most of these teams, go all in and leave their junk hanging out in the wind to go win a Super Bowl. We don't ever really want to do that. We want to keep all of our guys. We overvalue every one of our own guys, so we end up paying the most. A lot of times we bid against ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like
Lamar's going in the locker room.
Yeah, he don't look
You're
great.
talking about the history, and the history that's been there. The agent that goes along with it. It's not always just team friendly, and so you have to be realistic. I want him to be I want him to take less so we can build it on the line. If he's going to write it in his contract, if I have the say, then that'd be it. But for a fact it has to be in that top tier quarterback market for him, and that's what his agent is going to go for. It's not going to be, even with all that money he makes with endorsements for being the Cowboys quarterback. That doesn't matter. That's separate. So
Michael Dana, I like what you're saying. This is what I would like them to do, but we'll see. Use Dak's restructure money to re-sign CD and Parsons. That's the idea.
That would have been the smart thing to have done at the beginning of the year.
Yeah, that's the whole thing I keep saying. I just want to make sure that we could structure it to the first year or two, kind of like a Jalen Hurts, but you might have to make it a little longer. I don't really know.
You put the voidable years on it, just like they did on this.
If you're Dak Prescott, right? If you're Dak Prescott and you go on, and all you Eagle fans, cover your ears. If we go on to win the Super Bowl this year, wouldn't you just want to just lay down anchor and sign a long-ass term deal for $250, like whatever? It's all about the guarantees. And just get it over with and just call it a day. Now you won the Super Bowl.
400,
whatever it is.
200.
Make it 6-year deal that you could get out of, you know what I mean, after 4 years type of deal. But pay him all of his friggin' money. But that's what I was talking about as far as the restructure was to make it, like a longer deal.
Yeah.
That's all. Give him his money. But, it's like, and then you could do a lot of things. That would be what I would want to do. That's all. That's kind of all I'm saying.
I just want those three. It's just Dak, CD, Parsons. It's just like everybody else. That's where you kind of fall on the negotiation whether you're going to be here or not.
You said, we're going to get D-Law on the cheap. You said you pulled up the numbers. He was only on the books for $10 million next year or something.
9.
Yeah, so that's good. J-Ron Curse might not be back. We have some interesting decisions to make on Neville Gallimore, but these guys aren't going to make that much money. Your next big contract, funny enough, is going to be Deron Bland. That's going to be your next big contract.
I agree.
Because
I definitely agree.
Think about that.
You're going to want to keep him there. Yep.
He's not
He's going to be a great number 2.
Who was the guy that we let go? Byron Jones. He's not a Byron Jones who was a shut down, but basically a chaser. He chased the receiver around, and he always got his hand up, knocked the ball away. Never could take the ball away. Whereas that's all this guy does. Since the moment he's come in the league, he leads his position in interceptions. Think about that.
So D-Law, you said D-Law was how much next year?
Well, I thought it was a lot, but Phil said it was.
It's like 10 or so, towards the cap.
He's not by over the cap for 2024. He's at
26.
No, 20.4.
Okay.
But he's got no guaranteed money left. So his base salary is $10 million. His prorated bonus is 10.4. Pre-June first cut, it's $17.8 million hit.
So that'll be interesting to see.
Zach Martin is a killer, $28 million next year.
Yeah, well, he's not going nowhere.
20, but his dead money is 41 million. Good God.
Yeah,
you need to look at a couple of different ones.
Tyron Smith is 6. Wow.
He's a
Dorrance
bargain.
Armstrong.
He'll be
Looking
back.
at 2024, base salary is 10 million, signings 3, restructured. Until you got the cap hit. Okay. So are you seeing?
Okay.
What are you seeing? What number are you seeing? I just want to see.
Of which one?
Of D-Law.
D-Law, his cap number is 20.4.
Okay.
His base salary is 10. His prorated bonus is 10.4.
So the restructuring is what kind of added onto it? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Coyote.
So if you're looking at, this is a killer. Michael Gallup is
What up,
13.85.
What's up, buddy?
This is
That could be definitely a big casualty right there.
the problem is that's guaranteed money.
Yeah.
If you cut him, you're only saving $800,000.
Yeah.
You can make him a post June 1st, which is spread out over 2 years. In which case you'll end up you'll get 4 this year, and then you'll get the other rest the following year.
Okay.
So Brandon Cooks is $10 million next year, which is still.
That he restructured to get down to that. Because he was supposed to be a bigger hit.
Diggs is $16 million. Micah is 5.
And so Michael Gallup's just will keep going up, right? But then at some point the dead money. So basically 2025 would be.
So at the moment, CD. Okay, so here at the moment, this is where they can actually save some money. Is actually the way they do their contract. CD's contract is actually almost $18 million next year. So when they do sign the contract, right? You could probably save some money on that one. But for the most part, your big ones, of course, are Dak, D-Law at 20, Zach Martin at 28. They'll probably restructure Zach Martin. Michael Gallup is 13, almost 14. That's unbelievable.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
But
at what point did you think that was going to be a $14-15 million receiver?
Yeah, well, that was a miscalculation that they made. I mean, you look at that now and say, damn.
Well, I mean,
for another $7 million, we could have had Amari Cooper still on the team. But be that as it may, that's what we've got. That's where you go ahead and get Dak's contract done, and you get rid of that 59. If you get that 59 into like 30, that's another $30 million to sign the other guys. But what do I know? I'm a guy with a voodoo doll and a day job. And so even next year, here's where it's sad. We got $6 million next year still of Zeke Elliott dead money. Yep. But that's the only big one that we have.
Yeah.
The next one is Kevin Joseph for $700,000.
Restructures and does all that stuff. Yeah. He just has no problem doing it. Like
Dallas Cowboys says
Michael
Gallup gone. I don't know.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, you're only saving $800,000 to get rid of him.
The next following year, he's
now maybe you go to him and say, "We're going to redo your contract, restructure it or something, or take a pay cut."
There you go.
I mean, that's a possibility. You can offer that
next
option.
Following year, he's a $15 million, and his dead money is only 8.7. So.
Yeah, but you don't want to pay 13 to save it.
Yeah, right.
To save 8 off of 15 the next year, so that still means you're spending 25.
Like four the next following year after that. So you would need to at least keep it for 2 more years.
Yeah,
that's why when they bring up like Stephon Diggs and all that kind of stuff, I mean that's a lot of dead money as well that's sitting there. But then they would have.
They won't go for Diggs.
Yeah, exactly. So
I mean that's good to talk about, but they're not going to do that. There's no way that they would do that one. Although Dak said, "Hey, if you get Stephon in here, I'll take $25 million a year." Done. That would be about the only way that could happen. Lovely Linda, what's up, Linda? And Logan Motorsports, what's up, buddy? If I were the Cowboys, I'd say catch up this season because there's a lot of money challenges next year.
My curiosity, I haven't really figured that part out, is if you get Gallup's value up in trading, how much of it are you taking on as well? How much are you being penalized for it?
Dak wants a $200 million contract. He's MVP. $200 million might be a little bit light in comparison to what some of these guys are getting these days.
I would love it.
I mean, this isn't like you
4 year 200. That'd be awesome.
All right. So, what do you think about this game? Baltimore
it's a good game
games
so far.
It's not bad. It's not boring. It's like really good. They're just battling.
Mm-hmm. Most Baltimore
The other
and
one was, like,
AFC
sloppy.
North game. I mean,
The Tennessee one, I always remember the Tennessee Pittsburgh one. Oh,
they're always ugly.
they're always that good.
Alicia D, what's up? She's like, why are we talking contracts? Well, okay. What would you like us to talk about, Alicia?
I'm trying to be a big guy.
We're just playing hypothetical. Joe Burrow's been running for his life all night. You have to figure that Joe Burrow, if he does not get an offensive line at some point, he's going to be on the Andrew Luck plan. You can't. I mean, look at the grass stains on his jersey. You can't keep having your franchise quarterback taking these hits.
Somewhere else?
Hmm?
You think he ends up going somewhere else then?
Yeah, like off of the NFL. No, seriously.
Retirement home, but yeah.
Like I said, Andrew Luck's career was shortened because he had shit for offensive lines for all those years. You can't keep taking these beatings like he does. I mean, it's like everybody knows he's got a terrible offensive line. You guys have to fix this. You've got a great quarterback. You don't want to keep exposing him out there to hit after hit. He ain't going to hold up. Parsons wants that Bosa. Parsons wants to be better than the Bosa contract.
Panther sub for Mark.
What is a Panther sub?
I don't know.
Meaning that they're a Panthers fan and they sub to your channel.
Oh, nice.
Oh, okay.
That Bengals O-line is taking a year off of Burrow's career. Yeah, he better go back to
At least a year.
The Home Alone movies.
No,
But yeah, I still think they're winning the game.
He's probably saying like, oh no, he's saying for your sub this Sunday. That's what, to make a Panther sub.
Yeah. So I've said, what is a Panther sub?
Yeah, gotta go hunt that panther and use their meat. That's what he's saying.
Use your meat, Mark. It's
Pause.
Mark Aldana. It's sad that we don't have a young, bright, talented GM like the Texas Rangers. Chris Young, he knows what he's doing. We got
Ours are all
Catboy.
old.
Come on, we're in good hands, right, Mark? We're in good hands with Catboy.
Oh, you're gonna beat me over the head with that one, huh? I'm gonna beat you over the head with a Dak Prescott contract.
Yeah, here we go. Tit for tat.
Okay, it's gonna be one of those nights.
Nah,
Any
it's
given
nice.
Sunday, thank you, we will win. You will win, but you're not playing on Sunday. You're playing on Monday there, Logan. It's not any given Sunday for you guys. 11 will get a tag. We'll get the tag in a couple years. No, he won't. They're going to pay him.
Come on, Joe Burrow. Come on now. Joey football. Joe Mixon, baby.
Alrighty. If I was Dan Quinn, I would
We
stay
ain't
put,
no
make good
Capel.
money,
We're
and
good.
avoid blame that you will have as a head coach. I can agree with you on that one. Linda says Dallas, Eagles, Detroit, San Francisco's are it for the NFC. Now, which teams have the best two quarterbacks? Ooh. Linda's stirring some shit up here. So we're talking about Dak, we're talking about Jared Goff, we're talking about Brock Purdy, and we're talking about Jalen Hurts. Who you taking, Linda? I know you're taking Hurts and Dak. Is anybody ready to put Brock Purdy over Hurts?
No.
I mean, it's got to be Dak and Hurts on that list. Although Jared Goff has been playing much better since he left the Rams.
Yeah, and I just want to warn people that we lost to Jared Goff in a playoff game. So, he can play good. When he plays mistake-free like he's doing now, he's tough to beat.
Mm-hmm.
I would rank Dak over him. Dak's got more tools, but it is a team game. They have the best offense. They have arguably. Listen, them and the Eagles are 1 and 2.
Mm-hmm.
The Detroit has a great offensive line, so nasty too. So I'd probably, but I would still take Dak and Hurts ahead of them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about Purdy. I don't know where I put Purdy. I think he's below them just because he's on such a great team.
It helps.
Definitely helps.
3rd and 4.
Time to get the tight end involved, don't you think?
Boom.
My tight end went down with a freaking ankle injury. First freaking drive of the game.
Tyler Boyd.
He's out, Andrews?
Yeah, definitely. Ankle.
Jesus. Bill's done. Start throwing shit.
Oh, man.
Can't have anything nice, man.
Oh, boy.
Tyler Boyd with the catch.
Yep.
He's like a tight end. About to go lose
First
the
jump
deuce.
in the 20.
What does that mean? About to go lose the deuce.
To go take a crap.
Lose the deuce. Yeah, you got to go take a crap.
Go take a dump. You say
I'm
lose
not ready
the
to go
deuce.
lose the deuce.
Mm-hmm.
This game wasn't golf. They rushed over 300 yards on defense. Yeah, I know, Coyote. I know. But the bottom line is he gets a win for that playoff.
Jackson
get a love.
he got tackled and it was kind of like a gator roll. It looked like his ankle.
Yeah, I think it's his ankle. What did it look like?
First to go.
We need to build Gallup up to find a team to trade him.
That's the truth right there.
Build him up.
Gotta get him. That's why they were trying to target him 14 times before the trade deadline.
I
His
tell
value
you,
went
though,
down. He's
7
like,
to
"God
3.
Dang it! Then they went the opposite
Short
way.
dog. 7-3 Ravens, but Bengals are at the 10-yard line.
Make that the
first down.
7.
First down at the 7 now.
Here's
Johnny Pena about to go poo-poo.
I think that the Cowboys sent a little bit of a message to Michael Gallup. He was out there because I kept going, is he out there? It was like, they're not throwing his way. I saw him blocking more than anything else until finally, boom, we started seeing him late in the game. He had that contested catch, where he actually elevated and looked like Michael Gallup from a few years ago. And then that last touchdown. So it was kind of like, you're not going to get, we're going to make you earn some opportunities. And the other thing that's been interesting is it seems like the Cowboys have gone through and said, okay, we're going to work on featuring this guy. And it's been kind of working. It seemed like the first game they were trying to do that with the tight ends with Hendershot and Ferguson, but they both had drops in that game. And then, of course, you got CD going, and then you got Brandon Cooks going. And let's see who we get going this week. Anybody have an idea who you think will be the hot hand this week?
This week, we're on the road. Expect CD Lamb to be the hot hand.
Now, on the road, we have not been the same offense.
No, not at
At
all.
home.
And I want everybody to realize that we're going up against the sixth best passing defense in the league. This secondary that we're playing is no joke, which is why I said I could see possibly. I just don't think he can stop CD. So if you're going to ask me on the road, I would say CD. I don't have any faith that they're going to just turn around and give the ball to Brandon Cooks.
Touchdown. As bad as Cincinnati has played, they have the lead.
I heard that somewhere. Somebody smart predicted them to win the game.
What idiot said that?
And that was me.
What idiot said that shit?
That was me.
Chris
Thank
May,
you.
what's up?
Love you
TD,
too.
both team. Which team? Oh, that would be the Bengals. The Bungles. Dallas is playoff bound. Yeah, you have to look at the numbers right now where they're sitting. The odds are that they will make the playoffs.
96%, right? Or something? Nah, I don't know what the percentage is. That's the percentage of me making the fantasy playoffs. That's what
Brad, right? Are you saying that I do too much there, buddy? Yeah, I am a little bit sleepy today. I've been sanding floors. I've been covered with dust, and then I jumped in the shower real quick and tried to slick my hair back, but I don't think I put enough product in there to make prime time happy.
There he goes. Holding that hand that everybody's worried about.
Mm-hmm.
He was wearing some sort of contraption in practice.
We talking about practice now.
Not a game. What up, Chris May? How you doing? I see Jeff Lee, Chris May, Lady Libra. What's up, everybody? Brooks will have a good game, or Tolberts. That's my prediction, but CD will blow them up. Yeah, I was surprised when I looked into the numbers that they have the sixth best
Secondary.
passing defense. Just,
But what teams have they faced?
Yeah, I know. But I'm just saying, up
That
until now, we're
Some smart guy in there said
think
that's
about
like
this.
comparing apples to oranges when I was talking about somebody else.
But I think it's pretty impressive, though, the fact that their scoring is as bad as it is, yet they're still holding teams to that. It's like
It might be that teams are getting up big and they're just running the ball in the second half, and that's why they're not being thrown on.
I don't know. I haven't analyzed their wins and losses, but
What's
seems
their
like they're in
what's
a
their
lot of-
rush? What's their rush defense?
I mean, you could go through and say that,
Maybe they just give up a lot of rushing, so nobody throws on them.
right, kind of like the Eagles, you can't run on them, so everybody passes.
I just know that teams have been up on them.
Right, and if you're up big, you're trying to run the ball. I really wanted to go to that game.
Oh, here you go. Let's look. Where am I at?
The 1-8 Carolina Panthers. So they are defensive rank 30th. Passing
has to give. That's a heck of an average there.
passing their third,
All right.
rushing their 28th. So it's like everybody can run the ball on them.
But here we go. Here, let's week one, okay, a 24-10. Their defense only gave up 24 points
To whom?
Two.
at Atlanta.
Okay.
Week two at home, they lost 20-17.
To New Orleans. Hey, let's freaking Derek Carr, man. He's ass.
Week three at Seattle at the 12th man,
Blown
they
the
scored
F out.
27.
See, again,
And they gave up 37.
27.
Okay.
Week four at home against Minnesota, they lost 21-13.
To Minnesota.
Yeah, they're a playoff team as of right now.
Okay.
Well, they had Kirk Cousins too at that time.
I'm just saying, they're a playoff team right now.
Yeah.
Okay. The Lions. The Lions did what?
42.
Okay.
Miami put 42 on them.
Okay.
They won against Eastside Heralds 15.
When you look at those, wait. When you look at those 40-something games, what was the stats inside those games? Now that's what now it's.
Oh, see now
Hey,
you.
what do you think we should score then, Mark? I mean, what's your prediction then? Since they're so horrible,
Were
we
they
should.
I'm just saying
Were they
that.
passing?
Right?
Listen, I just want to win and get out healthy.
No. You just hammered them.
Nah.
Oh,
We got
okay.
plenty of time.
I say we'll score 35 or more.
Okay, that would be great. If they could score 35 on the road, then they pick up right where they left off. Walker Wade, shout out to the $2 super chat. Cowboys have to get home field advantage, Mark. Tell them.
You would want to
he gone.
shout
He
out
might
to
be
Walker
gone.
Walker Wade, man. You know, I tell you what,
Touchdown.
Walker Wade is one of the
Coming
coolest,
back.
most giving people that you will ever meet.
Like with Lamar is like pleading his case. But
Shout out to Walker Wade.
Harbaugh just.
But you're right. It would be incredible for us to get home field advantage. The way we're playing at home versus on the road. And it could that road could start this weekend. Seeing what the Eagles do. If the Eagles have a hiccup, man, you got blood in the water. You got to take advantage of it. You don't have any room for error. Your room for error went with the Cardinals' loss.
Oh yeah, I agree. I definitely agree.
I already said it. They could lose one more game.
You use your get out of jail free card. Oh man.
They could lose one more game.
But it can't be to the Eagles.
They can lose one game the rest of the year, not counting Washington. So between now and the Commanders, we can lose one game. And
Not to the Eagles, you can't. You lose that one to the Eagles, it's over.
No, yeah. Well, I mean, I understand what you're saying, but we could lose one game.
Joe Burrow's going to the locker room.
Yep, I see. He's in the locker room.
He's not swinging his right arm.
Everybody just getting hurt.
He heard everybody talking about having to drop a deuce, so he's running in to get
Like, you gotta pretend your hand is hurt. That way you can go in early.
Yeah.
I've been out on that field.
People, I'm sorry. I got paid 2,500 pesos a week in U.S. dollars. It's $120, 125.
Okay.
Put up, short dog. Goddamn
Short dog.
praying for you.
Day says, Mark Holmes, can you give me a shout out? I've been watching since 1991, and my name is Lou Cecilo? You've been watching, you must be watching the Cowboys since 91, because there was no internet back then. So we weren't here. YouTube was not born yet. And I was not quite doing this. But shout out to you, Lou. Eagles play Giants, Cards, Giants last 3 games. Eagles just need to win all home games, to be honest. Okay. I hear you, Brad. I hear you. You've got some tough ones, though. San Francisco looks like they're back. Now, it may be, of course, that Buffalo. Can you believe that Josh Allen wasn't rated in the top 10 as a quarterback anymore? Can you believe that?
You play like the way you did on Monday night.
Yeah, that'll drop anybody.
You're going to slide quick.
But he is a franchise quarterback. He's on the cover of Madden. He's great.
That's probably the problem.
He's got a big arm.
Madden curse.
He's big and physical. He's been to an AFC Championship game.
He has. Shout out to him.
So, Brian, are you still taking him over Dak?
You can't look at a couple games as good. If that was the case, you go back and forth.
93 turnovers. How about that? I'm just going to sip on this coffee right here.
You can sip all you want. Don't choke. Joe Burrow.
You were saying?
Listen, man, I'm not playing your game. So
What?
you're on my stream tonight. So if you want
What?
you want to
You're on
start
mine
shit
too.
every week, then don't come on the show.
Oh,
That's fine with me, man.
Oh,
That's
it's
fine with
okay
me.
for you to brown me up, wind me
What?
up
You-
and
that's-
get me pissed off.
That's all you're
But I
talking
can't
about
do
is
that.
quarterbacks. It's a team game. Did you talk about the offensive line on Monday night, or did you talk about anything else?
Okay,
It's gonna
all right. So,
Most
okay,
people
all
will
right.
take Josh
So,
Allen over Dak.
and
Doesn't
there
mean I
would be
don't like
idiots
Dak.
too.
Well, then there's no need to call people
You
names.
know, we also have people that used to say I'd take Derek Carr over Dak too, and they're freaking idiots. There are people out there that said they'd take Andy Dalton over Dak, and they're idiots. There are people that say they'd take Carson Wentz over Dak, and they're freaking idiots. Shall I go on?
Go ahead.
Then people said I'd take Jimmy G over Dak Prescott. There's a long list of that.
Yeah, Cooper Rush would take over Dak Prescott.
So they're showing the device on his hand that he had going into. Oh shit! Oh shit! Did you see that on the sideline?
His throw.
Yeah, he was like,
Pro
"Oh
Football
shit!"
Talk had it. They had a video, and the Cincinnati's webpage, the team page had a small video that has been since deleted. Something's going on with his hand.
First it was his calf. Now it's, I'm telling you, he's getting getting the hell beat out of him.
I think you might be looking at the top 10 draft thing if he can't come back.
Quarterbacks are dropping this year.
Yeah, especially with the type of injury it might be.
I mean, you know, Deshaun Watson is, boy, how'd you like to be Cleveland after spending that fully guaranteed contract? I think you have all of 15 TDs out of that so far.
Yeah, they don't. It does not bother me with that. They like jumped too quickly on that one at a bad time. So it's kind of like karma kicked them in the ass. Got all day back there. Now he's going to decide to run because that's what he does eventually.
Okay, so since Game Time Brian, Mr. I'm ready to go postal at any moment. You know, is it that time of the month or anything, Brian? You seem a little feisty.
Busy time at work, man. Busy time.
So from here on out till really after Christmas, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. It's a lot. Every day is a nightmare at work, it seems like. Look at Odell Beckham just running free.
Okay, so
you see that they brought.
You want to talk about the offensive line, do you? Because you don't want to talk about the quarterbacks. So Tyron Smith has played 3 games in a row. Knock on wood. Okay. Do we think that Tyron Smith is going to be able to hold up? You know, because he's not even listed. I'm like, he's not even listed as an injury. That's a major move in itself.
I like their approach of what they're taking right now. I just worry that eventually he might get hurt during the game, but still, I like the approach. And so far, he's shown that it works, you know? So that's really good.
You know, the thing that's crazy is...
Oh, that was nice.
There's a flag. What's the flag?
He did.
Him and Mozzie Smith. Mozzie, you know, we kill the Cowboys for a lot of things they get wrong, but maybe they should just be drafting offensive linemen in the first round.
Do a touchdown pass.
Their first, have they ever missed on a first round offensive lineman?
No. That's why whenever they brought Tyler Smith in, I was like, I got to reserve it because so far they've really hit with those first round offensive linemen. I questioned when Travis Frederick came into the league, and then you saw his career, and I'm like, yep, nope, I don't question it.
Oh, the Cowboys got killed when they drafted. I remember I was actually at that draft outside of it, which was crazy because that was before the draft became like what it is now. They literally only had 500 tickets for people to go into it. There was no Super Bowl City or anything like that. It was at Radio City Music Hall. But I was literally outside Radio City Music Hall when we made that pick. And they were killing the Cowboys. You know, it's like, what are you doing? You're taking a center in the first round? Who does that? And it's like, okay. But he was really good. He was, in fact, he was great. Unfortunately, his career was shortened. But you start looking and saying, is it me or does Zach Martin does not seem quite his dominant self?
Yeah, and that's why you kind of wonder if Brian nailed it when he said that the offensive line coach change has really been a big problem for this whole offensive line, and you're even seeing it in the body of work of Zach Martin. So it's I'd say more the coaching part of it because they haven't been able to get to that next level. Seems like the only person getting to that next level right now is Tyler Smith.
Well,
Yeah.
typically the West Coast is more a zone. I mean, West Coast is usually quick hitting and more zone blocking as opposed to we've been more of we're just going to run you over, just drive blocking. And maybe it's the change up on that where it's, you've been used to doing something for so long. It's kind of like
But if that's the case,
I don't know if you
I
were.
think
Were you?
might
I
be.
think Brian, you were talking about Mozzie Smith going from read and react versus getting off the ball. Because see, I
Yeah,
hated,
and
I
that's the
hated being
problem.
read and react
Yeah,
because
and you would be the one to speak on it. I know what I see. College, they didn't ask him to attack or be
yeah,
really fast off the ball. People don't understand that when I say I didn't play the position. Mark played the position, so he
yeah.
could
Well, the
be
difference is
firsthand
this.
knowledge. So
They coach
just
that
speak
into
some
it.
knowledge. I
Here's
know
the
the
thing.
game
The
though, but go
difference.
ahead.
The difference is like this. Okay, I hated being a read and react because I was too light in the ass. What you're basically trying to do is you're getting your hands into the body of the guy that's in front of you. Okay, and you're trying to find out which way he is trying to push you. Okay, so the center is going to try and hook you because the ball's coming off of his ass. So when the center's trying to hook you, you've got to lock out and try to fight the pressure because that'll lead you to the ball. As opposed to a aggressive defense where you've got a gap. Okay, so this gap, there's many like them, but this one is mine. And you need to just go right now in that ball snap to that gap. And that's where your speed and strength and
And
stuff to get there is there.
Two gaps to take care of.
Yeah. And see, when you have to be that read and react, you've got to be able to hold back that offensive lineman. And at 220, when Steve Ham, our center, was about 255, I didn't have enough weight to be able to hold that. But if you said, get to the one gap over here and shoot the gap, they couldn't stop me because I was quick enough to do that. So if Mozzie's having to do that transition, that's a big transition of being that guy that I'm a thug. I'm used to holding on to your ass and fighting pressure to find the ball, as opposed to now I've got to snap and I've got to move. So yeah, there's a big learning curve on that. I hated reading. Oh God, I hated reading.
Yeah,
React.
it just seems like that's what he was asked to do in Michigan. And it's not even like, but he is. Here's the plus on that, people. He's getting better. Mm-hmm. He's a powerful, powerful man. Pretty much everybody in the locker room says he's like one of the strongest guys in the locker room. Mm-hmm. He's a mountain of a man, and he's a lot muscle. I'm not saying he don't have any fat, but for his weight, you look at Hankins, and Hankins moves remarkably
Troy, love you too,
fast
buddy.
on his feet for
He's a
his
big dude, yeah.
his body type.
Yeah.
Mozzie has a totally different body type. He is just friggin' big,
Power.
strong, power. Not that he's all muscle, but you get the point. He's not all fat and moving fast. So he will get there. He's already making strides, but his whole thing was read, react, absorb a double team, go make a play. Now he's got to get off the ball as fast as possible, and it's it takes time. Brad Harris, what time do you think you will have lunchtime chat tomorrow? Probably 2:30ish, somewhere in there.
Yeah,
I only do
I've
it.
been
I try and
catching
get as
you
far
a
as I
bit now.
can in the daylight. That's my issue. It gets dark so early that I'm trying to get as much ground covered by the time I take my lunch.
My whole thing is when I the rookies are not looking really great right now. Some of them
Hawkeye,
look
baby.
improving, but I can see 2-3 years down the road with all of them being
man.
something. Even the guy that's
Walker
not
Wade.
playing, Fahoko, where he's just being,
Shout out to
not
Walker
being
Wade.
active every single week. I
agree
still
with
see
you on
him
that
being
one.
potential because he has a lot of attitude. So, but right now they're not showing that, and
Excuse
you're
me
seeing
for a sec.
improvement. You're just, Schoonmaker right off the bat, like last week. I mean, just a drop. But he's had some great block. His blocks have been amazing. He's
6
opened up
inches
that
short
CD
on the
Lamb
touchdown against the
with
Eagles.
CD Lamb. Yeah, he ran inside because everything looked like it was faking the other way, and he was able to. Yeah, everything that he did on that play was amazing, blocking wise. So it just, you got to pick and choose your battles on him, and I like his potential.
Walker Wade said, "Man, I still can't believe we didn't get Bobby Wagner." It's that's one of those ones where I said, "Bobby, can you imagine if we had Bobby Wagner on this team?
Yeah.
If we had signed him 2 years ago, he's still getting
That
it done."
LVE role would have been there. Maybe LV not playing as much, he'd still be good for the season. So yeah, I definitely agree with that one.
Well, I think Leighton Vander Esch's career is probably done.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah, as a linebacker,
he needs to think beyond football
Yeah.
right now.
2 neck injuries, that's not good. Or 2 neck surgeries, that's not good. Walker Wade, I can't, that's not getting Randy Moss. There you go, going way back. Mark, give me a Bobby Wagner. I want to hear you say it. Well, we can't. So it would have been nice, but we're making do with what we've got. Everybody's got a lot of injuries. Everybody's lost players. That's the nature of the beast. Right now, of course, we lost Diggs and we lost Leighton Vander Esch, but right now with the guys we have, this is the healthiest we've been, especially in the offensive line. And it seemed like Terrence Steele, be it was against the Giants, seemed like he was better than he had been on some of the other weeks.
Yeah. And like his assignment, like sometimes, I think it was more of an assignment not getting the right guy. Like when you saw that 4th down one, I think Olsen pointed it out. If he stays on that line and blocks that edge coming down, I think that's a touchdown. But because he goes to the second level on the goal line, I'm not really sure what he was thinking there.
Damn, that was a bullet.
Yeah, he caught it.
That backup is slinging the rock like crazy.
Doing a good job blocking for him.
Damn.
Mixon picked up a
Yeah, they're blocking better for him than they did for Burrow.
Yeah. Mixon put his body on the line.
No, look at that. They picked up the blitz. They're
that's what I'm saying. They're picking up blitzes right now.
That's what I said. That was there was a tight window to get that sucker in there.
I don't know how to lose. I'm still new.
Oh,
that's what
Lord.
He's saying.
Mark reminds me.
Would rather have $1 million or 50 million subscribers.
Yeah.
You would rather, or are you asking what you would rather have? If you have 500 million subscribers, you got more than $1 million, buddy. Some of those big time YouTubers, I can't think of Mr. Beast and all that. They're making about 50 million a year, buddy. So
Giving all that money given away.
yeah. If you had 500 million subscribers, that $1 million is chump change. Speaking of that, subscribers, I woke up this morning and got out of bed. I had some relief fresh. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know what happened, but all of a sudden, my subscribers have jumped up. I am 78 away from 60,000. I was like, whoa, because it was like the last week has been 400. I was like, whoa, shit, I was like, what happened? I don't know what happened. But it's been a long road.
That's good.
That ball touched the ground, it appears to me. The Bengals have a better line. Well, it depends on which line we're talking about. The Bengals, I'm not going to go there with you on that one. With our offensive line, the one we've had the last couple of weeks is better than what Bengals have.
Yeah.
Dak has a better chance to be there than Allen this year. XPQ got a $100 million contract. That's crazy, regular dude. Okay, Mark, we got to get you. Thank you, Lord Nova. Lord Nova, thank you for coming on over.
Cowboy Mafia.
60,000 subs. Yeah, getting close, man. Getting real close. Up, incomplete. You were right. Vibrating higher. You were 100% right. Oh, it did just slightly.
But isn't he down by? I don't know. Maybe
That's this goes back to the Cowboys touchdown thing.
Through? Yeah.
So technically, that's his. Once his knee goes down, then he can't go any further. But you have to play. Technically, isn't dead because you have to maintain the ball. So which is it?
Pick and choose. Pick and choose.
Mozzie will get there eventually. Well, here's the thing that a lot of times that we've seen happen. Michael Gallup, his second half of his rookie year was a lot better than his first half. Anthony Brown was ass his first half of season, and he ended up being one of the better cornerbacks, at least for his rookie year, the second half. If Mozzie Smith can start giving us anything towards the end of the season, even if it's going to be 20 good plays, come playoff time, having big men that can help stop the run is huge. Lord Nova says, Mark, I need a Hurt Stinks shirt for when we play the Eagles. I will. I can get Tracy to make you one, but I won't wear one like that because every time I've had her do me a funky shirt before the games, it hasn't worked. Although I did wear the Dak Stinks shirts before the game, and we see what Dak did. So I'm thinking maybe I need to wear that again so he can prove me wrong. Maybe, or am I just crazy? Bengals are no, they're not going for it.
No, they're going to punt. They were trying to draw them off sides. Phil was correct.
But now with the backup quarterback.
Yeah. Any update? I have my volume down. Is there any update on
Joe Burrow?
Yeah,
he's expected not to return.
Volume.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Jeez, that's not good.
It's only the second quarter. So first quarter we lost somebody. Second quarter we lost somebody. Now the third quarter, the Ravens have to lose somebody, and then the fourth quarter the Bengals lose. So it's probably been the only thing consistent.
This is kind of with this game coming up, getting back to the Cowboys, this game with the Panthers. I think it's very important that we get the win, but more importantly, stay healthy. You know, I was pushing Mark for a score and, just being funny. But at the end of the day, I don't care what the score is. I just win. I want to win, and I want to get out healthy. If we could do that going into this, we only have 4 days, not even 4 days rest. It's a road game. So by the time you get home, thank God it's at 1 o'clock. You're probably leaving. What time do you think the charter's leaving? Maybe 6 o'clock. You're home. You're probably home by 2 in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
So,
no, it's a 1 o'clock game. So they'll be home earlier than that. Carolina to Dallas, it's 2 hours. That's no time.
I mean, you figure 12 o'clock to 3 o'clock for the game. You figure a couple hours for your flight. 4 to 5 o'clock.
It'll be home by 10.
Yeah. So you're home. So that's good. But it is a quick turnaround for Thursday. So.
I think I would rather that. I'd rather be on the road for that game and going back home than being on the road for the Thursday, where I got to travel the day before.
Yeah.
So now, but at least you get a full week of, well, not really a full week, but you've got Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday practice. Wednesday's your travel day if you're the Commanders. So you're real short. Now, granted, they're at home against the Giants, so we both have cupcakes on the schedule.
A Coyote, that's what was nice about the last couple wins we've had. We've been able to get our guys in. The only reason why CD played a little bit in the fourth quarter was to get that record.
Get the record,
And
yeah.
I really liked what I saw out of Jalen Brooks, Tolbert, like these younger guys that got chances to go in there.
Mm-hmm.
Even the
You got it, Jamie.
interior
Thank you,
offensive
buddy.
linemen that went in there had a lot of attitude. So it's the secondary I was kind of iffy about in our when it comes.
I
to
think they will play as tough. Everybody is you're thinking that we're going to just roll over Washington. I think they're going to be tough, but we have them at home, and I think we're up to 12 in a row now. Mark, I think we've won at home.
Yep,
So
we've won 12 in a row at home. And we're averaging 36 points at home.
Right now, I think our schedule, other than the Miami or the Buffalo,
Miami and Buffalo, yeah.
I think our schedule sets up well because
First down, Baltimore.
we have our tough games at home. That's why I said if we could take care of business. I told Mark this 2 weeks ago. If we could win 5 in a row, that's through Philly, and then split the Buffalo Miami. I don't care. If you go in and beat Buffalo and you lose Miami or vice versa, it doesn't matter. Then come home and beat Detroit. I'm good. Yeah, see this here?
Mm-hmm.
This looks like an ACL. This isn't good.
Yeah, the way he started running.
This isn't good. This is what we're trying to say about getting out of this game on Sunday.
This is bad juju game.
Yeah, this is one of those games where you may win the game, but you're gonna pay the price. So, again, like I always say, people are probably tired of hearing about it. It's how you are going into the playoffs. How healthy are you at playoff time?
Well, here's the thing that I look at right now, and actually makes you feel good because, you could look at the early games and our offense looked like, Mark, it's time to bust out the poncho and cowboy hat. You're right about that because it's getting cold out there, Walker. Shout out to Walker Wade. I need to bring that one on down here and set myself up a fire pit outside here because they get more snow here too, so we can do a nice snowy scene out here with the poncho and the hat. But
that's
you think about.
Go
ahead.
No, go ahead. No,
but I was thinking about how we first started out where we tried to run the football and CD was basically, pouting because he was only getting like 50 yards. You're yawning this time. It's not me. And then you got him going, and then it was, Brandon Cooks has been 1,000-yard receiver everywhere, and you got him going. We had problems with the offensive line. To me, it seems like the arrow is going up and that they're getting better and better. You know what I mean? You don't know what the ceiling is actually going to be, and maybe it's just taking some time to everybody to figure out what's what and who's who with the offense. Mike McCarthy has been just kind of, installing, a little bit more here, a little bit more there, and we're going to do some different things, and not necessarily putting everything out there to begin with. And you start thinking, first we were worried about, oh, man, we got to stop CD Lamb. Well, you still can't stop CD, but now you're looking and saying, well, shit, now we got to stop Brandon Cooks. Oh, shit. And, now you got, Ferguson is getting, 4 or 5 catches a game and stuff and being part of it. If we can get the running game going, my God, we'll be a juggernaut.
There's just so many things that this offense is doing that they weren't doing, and I think it all comes from Dak Prescott. Obviously having confidence and using his legs. Even when he goes to tackle, you can see how he kind of jumps and brings his feet off the ground. You'll notice that. So he doesn't definitely like to have his feet on the ground whenever he's getting tackled, and I don't blame him. But he's doing something as well that they weren't doing in the beginning part, and that was audibles at the line. It seems like now they're giving him options, or they're actually unleashing it and allowing him to actually change the play, to something that he feels that's going to be more that will attack that defense. And so when you see them all of a sudden start talking at the line, that's something that they were not doing at all. The motion, we talked about motion and how the top teams that were scoring, they had motion most of the time, and Dallas was hardly doing that at all. And so they've been starting to implement all these new things that have proven to work, and it's just nice that they're actually implementing it.
Wow, that's good.
Yeah, who's up?
He's the guy, the defensive guy. That
Oh, okay.
He's walking around. Mike Aldana says Rashad Evans needs to be put on the 53-man roster so he could help supplement the loss of LBE. Well, we're done with playing the yo-yo, so he has to be elevated.
That's pass interference.
I didn't get to see the end. It was
It looked ugly to me, but whatever. That's the new league we're turning into here. Just throw it up and hope for a play. Scoring's down, people. I don't know how scoring can friggin' be down, but
Not with the Cowboys.
I want to see it. It could be.
yeah, we need to bring up Rashad Evans. So there's going to be somebody that we're going to have to release. So you pick your poison. Is it going to be Igbenogany? Is it going to be?
Might as well, because Kelvin Joseph went out.
Or is it going to be?
I don't see the pass interference.
Tyra Sweet? Yeah, that was a horrible call.
Yeah, I don't think it was catchable. He didn't run far enough. You can't challenge the penalty.
This is what it comes down to: a penalty.
I challenge
kick.
your penalty.
They make a difference.
Yeah, and you don't get to challenge them. Their word is final. Judge, jury, executioner. You step out of bounds.
Bam. 41 seconds.
What happened when you got quarterback?
Damn. My arm is killing me. Shit.
From what? What were you doing?
Pounding the nails, man.
And
The million freaking nails
Burrow
that-
come out in the second half.
The wood floors here.
East Stadium shot.
Lamar back, buying some time, using his legs. Boom, steps out.
Pretending.
It's. I was sitting there. I'm a nerd, in case you guys didn't know it. I love watching the show River Monsters with Jeremy Wade on Discovery Channel. I don't know if you guys have ever seen it or not.
Oh, yeah, I see it.
Okay, he's basically and probably been in your neck of the woods plenty of time, Phil, because basically it's like freshwater, gooch fish and killer carps and all kinds and barracudas. He was in Greenland, and it's this Greenland shark, and these things can live for 400 years.
David.
400 years. They live in like 2,000, 3,000 foot waters. And they can get to be like 20 feet long. And they caught one, and they said it was like 14 foot long. And they said they estimated the age of him being about 200 years. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, that's old. But then I was finding out about the wood that this house is made from. It's slow growth pine trees. They take about 150 to 200 years to mature. And that's why there's no more of them, because they cut the frickers all down, and it takes a couple hundred years for them to grow. So as I'm sanding the floors here, I'm thinking that these floors that were cut 200 years ago, that shit's like 350, 400 years old that I'm walking on. That shit was like amazing to me. And I tell you what, touchdown. That shit's hard as a mother of her. They've got these for like fucking railroad spikes that are in their cut nails that were handmade by blacksmith, and they're all sanding through the floor. So you got to pound these suckers in, man, before you can, while you're sanding the floors off, you're sanding off the heads of them. So I've been pounding nails for the last 2 days. And see, I'm not one of those old school carpenters that likes to use a hammer. Give me a nail gun any day.
Yeah.
You're tired, boss. You're real tired, aren't you?
I didn't even work today, but I was up early. No, I wasn't up that early, but I was just doing a lot.
Yeah, Burrow had knee injury. Well, it was the year before he had the knee injury, but then he had the calf injury and couldn't work out during training camp. And he was slow starting the season, and so now he's got a wrist injury. He's freaking falling apart.
When they show that quarterback diagram and they just start showing from all the years. People have a lot of them.
But he hasn't been in the league. I mean, you remember Tony Romo's. Well, Tony Romo's, rib and ankle and shoulder and back. And it was like, okay, he was like a cadaver body part. We got this, and this. But Joe Burrow's only been, 5 years?
Yeah.
And he's had a lot of injuries.
Clemente Espinosa wants to know any word on the Bryant progress. I expect him to be elevated. I really do. He looks like a
Big
monster
body,
in practice.
man. Big body. Yeah.
So it might be one of those deals where the problem is, well, some of these rookies have elevations, but you don't really want to put too many of these guys on the practice squad. They get picked up, you know.
Yeah.
So you kind of be careful.
You gotta pick him, as you pick him
This
up, you gotta
dude
have
is
to have,
on
have
the
a
nod.
plan. Noah Igbenogany to me seems
You know what?
Be a casualty.
Mike
Some of these
Jay, what
IRs,
up,
if
my
you're
man?
putting CJ Goodwin on IR, doesn't that allow one more
Wow.
spot? So I mean, there's moves there. LVE finally going. So yeah. So
You know what? This is so true. You remember how many times I've said that Mike McCarthy was rebuilding the 2010 Green Bay Packers? And when you look at that, remember the thing about the Green Bay Packers that year was Brandon Jackson was their leading running back who only had 703 yards, and he was 3.7 yards a carry. John Kuhn was second with 3.3 yards and 281 yards. Aaron Rodgers had about 356. So Aaron Rodgers actually used his legs quite a bit, which is something that Dak is now doing, if you notice, right? And you look at Tony Pollard, he's got 536 yards. He may make 1,000 yards, but if he does, it'll be just barely. But remember the amount of receivers that he had to work with? He had Greg Jennings, he had Donald Driver, he had James Jones, he had Jordy Nelson. You know, that's getting to be kind of like where we are with this team.
Yeah.
As you start looking with Michael Gallup, with Brandon Cooks, with CeeDee Lamb, this is that team's offense. Although we're not using loop key like they use John Kuhn.
I feel pretty good about going to each one of them. Except, not as confident in Gallup. Gallup kind of needs to bring himself back up, but I feel pretty confident in each one of them.
Even Gallup now?
No.
I was going to say.
That's right. Yeah, I just said that.
Okay.
Minus Gallup.
Minus Gallup. Okay. But he'll be okay.
Like, at least he showed me something, but it's not been consistent. He's definitely shown me more negative than he has positive.
Well,
We all know that he was never a guy that got separation, but he could always make those catches. And then that one game, it's just like the Brett Maher kind of just ruined your image of what this guy was. It just, and so yeah, he definitely needs to redeem himself.
What's up,
but obviously
Eric
he needs
Wallace? How are you?
opportunities. But you're taking it away from someone
Jay
else.
Smooth. Did you guys see where Cavante Turpin was full go in practice?
Yes.
Like everybody was.
That was one of my good news video. But then we even had more good news with Hendershot coming back. The Cowboys are healthy.
His window's open, so we'll see. We shall see.
Yeah, but when you say that, like, we don't have the deep ball like the Packers did. They weren't playing the Packers in two zones where everybody kind of adjusts their defense, so they're not getting beat deep.
Ooh, Tony Brown says, I have a feeling that we'll get Stephon Diggs next year. Well, it's no secret that the two of them want to play together, and it's no secret that Trayvon's doing the dirty work for Stephon right now,
Well, I was
throwing
like, I can't control-
Josh Allen
I
under
can't
the
control
bus.
Other people feel. Yeah.
It's funny, though. I have actually said that many, many times, that if you look at Josh Allen before Stephon Diggs got there, you looked at him and said, he's Sam Darnold. And then he got Diggs, and all of a sudden, boom, he has a monster year. Players around the quarterback do matter. I don't know that Jalen Hurts without Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown is that dude like that. You have a guy like A.J. Brown. My God. How stupid was Tennessee to let him go?
Yeah, that one. Because
Not that we were.
Offense changed after that. Ever since that move, they've been on the opposite side. was not a good move for them.
How about the
Yeah, they're showing it. Oh man,
he literally,
pain.
that's got to be like a tendon or something in there.
Something's going
You can't grip.
Sprain or something that's something inside.
That's tough, but that's life playing football, though. You know.
Damn. Yeah. Wow. So that's 2 quarterbacks that are biting the dust in their division. And then you got Kenny Pickett.
Sure.
Okay. You almost wish he would bite the bullet. But, wow.
So what was that about Clemente? You all see Stephen A. excuses as to why he hates on Dak is pathetic. What did he say? Packers game in the playoff. Yeah. Is that what they're saying? Wrist?
Yeah, that's what it says on the bottom. It's a wrist injury.
According to Adam Schefter, a glimpse of Joe Burrow is dealing with what the team now says is a right wrist injury. Thank you, Captain Obvious.
Shut my door.
Let's see. Except for CJ Stroud. Oh, Lordy, East Side. Okay, we got it. You got a decent quarterback. Congratulations. Boo Cowboys all day, Johnson. Real talk. I heard it too. Diggs was a baller before Allen. Cowboys, but they both needed each other. Well, Stephon was doing it up even with Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, he was in Minnesota.
I mean, you know, that's where people always talk about, you know, well, Kirk Cousins. I mean, Kirk Cousins has always had some weapons. To go from Diggs to Justin Jefferson.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
that's crazy. You know, we go from CD to Noah Brown. Okay.
Clemente said that they give Allen smoke for his INTs, but no one cares about that, so they don't talk about it. Dak basically gives them content. Yeah,
It does.
It's unfortunate, but that's the fact.
That's
We're
what
not
we're
going to
telling
talk
them.
about
And they
how
were like,
bad.
no, we're analysts. I got my.
Oh,
know,
no.
They look at the
I'm
bottom
not an
line.
analyst. I'm a reporter. I
it
got
was
my
so much
bachelor,
bullshit.
and I don't care.
Stephen A. basically told you that.
Degree
You know, he told you that a long time ago.
It was crazy watching ESPN get up. When they talked about the game the next day, they talked about the defensive coordinator, how could they have 12 men on the field, and they said turnovers, and they showed the tip pass interception, and they showed the running back fumble, but they never did show like the really bad interception or the fumble that he dropped and stuff in there. They blamed everybody but Josh Allen. I'm like, you got to be kidding me on that.
And then there's a lot of people that watch that and then take that as fact and then, like what they saw, although they didn't show it on there. Those box score type of watchers, they use those as facts.
Yeah, it's for entertainment purposes only.
Veal. He's named.
I think my wrist feels like Joe Burrow's. Fuck, I can't grip anything right now. Oh, shit.
Joey.
Let me try and throw the football. Hold on. Let me grab it. Oh, shit.
Wow, man, your hands are big and make that football look so small.
Just look at his hands. They're so big. Oh, shit.
He's a freak. It's the one thing to talk about someone's play, but it's disrespectful to make me angry from Stephen A. and others. Yeah, that's what they do. That's what that Joy Taylor does. He thinks he gives two craps. She could care
He
less.
won't
She's
read
doing
my
what-
comment.
She even says that she's a fan of Ryan.
Yeah.
So it's like
He won't read my comment, but trust me, I'm just stating the obvious. I'm a diehard Cowboy fan, but the Josh Allen disrespect is a joke. I'm sorry, Josh Allen is overrated. Dude has had 2 games with 3 interceptions this year. 2 games with 3, and just had a twofer.
Not having a good year.
A twofer with a fumble. Okay.
He's always been reckless, but if you're not giving the great plays along with it, then yeah, it's not good. Unfortunately, he has all the talent in the world, but if he can't,
It is the sander, that vibration.
he has all the talent in the world, but if you can't stop turning the ball over, that's going to be a problem. Hey, y'all remember Jeff Hostetler, Giants backup QB, winning the Super Bowl against the Bills?
Yeah.
So many QB down. What y'all think?
Remember that defense they had?
Yeah.
I wish I was planning on it. Unfortunately, my football game is right here at the Red Brick House. This place has eaten up all the cash that I had, and I've still got to get it finished. Cash and time, so we'll be done with it in short order, but that doesn't bode well for this season. But next year, I can guarantee you that I won't be doing this. We will be going to Detroit, though, right? Are you going to be able to take time off for that there game time?
We're talking about Detroit.
The draft.
Oh, yeah. I plan on going to the draft. I do.
I think I also want to do training camp this year. I think I might try and see if I can go for a week. 'Cause it'll still only be 3 practices the way they do now. Marcus, Pink, a high-end hot dog establishment. Pink's is a hot dog establishment. I don't know what a high-end hot dog. I'm not sure what a high-end hot dog. Oh, Lordy, that. Speaking of high-end hot dog, they busted in Fairfax County, not far from where I live, this high-dollar exclusive prostitution ring.
Nice.
That was catering to politicians and other powerful people.
They were catering to politicians and high-powered YouTubers.
No, not me. I ain't got that kind.
Out of here.
Okay.
Hey, honey, I'm gonna go do nut and bunt cakes.
Oh
right
man.
next door to nut and bunt cakes.
Oh man, nothing but cakes, man. Those things
We
they
have
got
one of those here
They got crack
where I
in
live.
those cakes, man. Oh my god.
They have one in Mount Laurel where it's my son works in Mount Laurel. It's right down the street from NFL Films and nut and bunt cakes.
They're
I
good.
was there. Yeah, they are good.
We got one that's I go past as soon as you get off 95, it's like right there going to my house. And it's just like every day I'm just kind of like leaning over the steering wheel. No, I can't do it. I can't do it. You eat one of those suckers, man, you're gaining 5 pounds. But that icing is to die for, man. That's some good shit there.
Mark should put blue LED lights around the windows and upstairs.
Okay.
He probably would. I don't know that the interior
Make it look
decorator
like a-
family would.
Make it look like a strip club.
Yeah, like pinks. High-end
Oh lordy, you know the talk of the town down here is, oh my god, it's almost hilarious. So, city of Waynesboro is about 25,000 people or so. It's a suburb of Charlottesville, and it's between Charlottesville and Stanton, Virginia. But we're right off of Interstate 64, and not far from Interstate, about say 10 miles from Interstate 81. So geographically,
What's up, Ray?
it's really cool. Northrop Grumman announced yesterday that they're going to be building a manufacturing center with like 300 jobs here in Waynesboro. So, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, you got like Hershey's here, Merck Pharmaceuticals isn't that far away, Coors is closer to Harrisonburg, bottling
There's a
plants.
Northrop Grumman in Baltimore. I stayed right by it.
Well,
Big
so
warehouse.
it's 300 jobs, and it's like everybody in the town's like, oh my God, we're losing our small town feel. You know, what are we going to do? You know, where am I supposed to work? And I was like, listen, they're going to be bringing more people here, which means there'll be more jobs here. It'll be then some more infrastructure. There'll be more taxes in the tax base. You know, I said you'll grow, but you've been growing the last few years. It's not like, you know, Satan's coming to town.
Yeah, right.
Oh, Lordy. All right, we are in the second half.
Over here in Southeast Texas, we got Zumo's sausage and DJ Boudin. You need to grill it up for game day. Who would win a Super Bowl, I promise.
What kind of sausage is it?
Zumos.
Zumos.
Zummos.
We got the Zumo sausage
And DJ Boudin. You need to. I don't know. Boudin, nice. Sounds French. They better get the running
Zumo
game started
sausage.
if they want
Need
to.
to, yeah. Stay in this game.
You know, that looks a lot like the southern sausage that I get. Oh my God. Smoked, okay. CreoleFoods.com.
Just gonna start grilling it.
Who's having it? Welcome to the Boudin sub, boys. So we're having a Zumos sausage.
Louisiana delivered to you.
You ever eat scrapple?
Who asked me that recently?
Wasn't me. I'm asking you. Right
Yeah, as a kid, it's gray. It's pig's brains.
now. So it's scraps. It's all
Yeah,
kinds of
scrapple. Yeah.
stuff. It's a Philly thing, but my mother used to make it. She used to buy the big block, and she would cut it thick.
Mm-hmm.
The only way I could eat it is if
What was the
it's.
original spam? Was that what it was?
It looks like death, but
It's
can-
gray. Okay.
Yeah.
It's pig brains ground up. That's like New Orleans food lingo.
There you
Man,
go.
this dude's
This
throwing the
guy.
ball.
Burrow
Wobbly.
apparently entered the stadium wearing a wrist brace on his wrist.
Guarantee.
And Jay Smooth says, I love Scrapple.
Yeah, my mother used to you slice it about a half-inch thick.
Oh my God, that's
Fried
too
up.
thick. We get it about
No.
a quarter-inch thick, and my mom fried up so it was crispy.
Yeah,
Okay.
right. And then, but I would always
Use a
put it on a
circular
big
saw.
round Italian roll.
Yeah, you got to put it on some bread. And put some hot sauce on it, too. You can eat anything with ketchup and hot sauce.
Man, get rid of the ball,
Oh,
kid.
dude,
Ooh,
I
well,
need to
hey,
avoid
ho.
that.
You like that?
Yeah, 50 needs to kind of, hey now. Hey now.
That could have been a flag.
Exactly. You put an elbow to it.
It made with with pig nose, ears, big skin, and liver. Ooh.
I've never been a liver guy. I'll eat scrapple over liver.
50 left.
We used to have liver and onions growing up.
Yeah, my mother would make liver
I
and
hate
onions.
liver and onions. But then my mom used to have me take a teaspoon of cod liver oil too. I was like, oh.
The coyote, actually, scrapple doesn't taste bad until you think about what's in it. I actually like the taste of scrapple, but
It's like
I haven't
head
had it in
cheese.
years.
Oh.
Jeez.
Hog head cheese. Ugh.
Oh, go cheese.
Is that not
where's
pass
the-
interference?
Yeah, where's that flag?
Like-
Now all of a sudden they're swallowing the flag on Baltimore. Little hometown,
Eagles is behind, yeah.
little hometown cooking there. Yeah. At the end of the day, whatever. People eat all kinds of crap.
Yeah.
Eat tripe. Lions are quietly moving to go to the number one
I
seed.
think whoever gets that number one seed, there's your MVPs in that team. Whoever gets that one.
Eggs and
think?
scrapple and toast. For me, I like corned beef hash myself. I'd rather have hash. Oh, man.
Yeah, I think the guy got off. Well, they hiked it too. The sides. Start.
Gizzards.
That'll do it.
My dad used to eat the gizzard from the turkey. Eesh,
Yes.
nasty.
Some fan of
Gizzard.
Step back, Tony.
I think we even
Okay.
just fry up gizzards on itself. Like, you're like, oh,
Just the word
you went and
gizzard.
bought that? Like, oh.
Liver's high in iron. That's why our parents made us eat it back in the day. I think I'd rather eat an iron, okay? Give me the iron skillet. I'll eat that before I want to eat some more scrapple. Oh, Lordy. That and okra.
Gizzards.
I hated okra.
Rond.
Ugh.
Help me, Rhonda.
Do it.
Man, he's really that thing is
Oh,
up
that's
there
pass
forever.
interference.
I was going to say, that's
That
definitely
was an
pass
easy
interference.
one. You can't get away with that one too,
Like,
bro.
come on, man.
Was brought
I think
around.
he pass interference him twice on that one, actually. I would take the second flag because it's a little bit closer.
Gizzards. My dad, yeah, that's my dad was from the South, so he loved all that.
East side, nothing. Just waiting to get off work.
East side, man. I heard Noah Brown's out, man. My condolences.
He's out? For how long?
I don't know. This week, I know.
Noah Brown. Doing it up, isn't he?
Yes, the C.J. Stroud. He's
I like it.
having a hell of a year.
Like fried okra.
Little squash and eggs.
Noah Brown, 439 yards, 20.9 yard average. Damn.
20.9. Yeah, Lady Lieber, my mother used to make scrap. I was trying to tell Mark he don't like it, but I'm like, if you cut it a little thicker and you put it. Now my mother
No,
would eat it.
thin. Cut it thin. Okay. Give me
Cut it
crisp.
a little bit.
Okay. I want it to
has
be like a
crispy
cracker.
on both sides.
I want it crispy like a cracker.
Without anything in hot sauce. Poor Joe
People,
Burrow.
like when people ask me what I put on my eggs, man, I put a different combination. There's no
He's
it's never
right.
the same.
Yeah, it all depends what mood I'm
The
in.
mood, yeah. I was like, people go, "Do you do the ketchup?" And I'm like, "Oh, I could do that," but then I do hot sauce at one point. I do salsa. I do, yeah, so
A
many
little
different
Spanish
combinations.
omelet action
Yeah.
you got going on.
I do combinations of different things. Like, yeah, I won't do the same one. I don't have a go-to.
Well, yesterday while I was working, I was like, I'm kind of hungry. So I made a grilled ham and Swiss with a fried egg on it.
You ever seen those fried pickles?
That was,
Yeah,
it was
exactly.
good. Oh my God, it was good.
Never been a fried egg guy on my sandwiches and
I like the
burgers,
fried
but
egg on a sandwich, on a burger. Yeah, I love it.
Eddie B, shout out to Eddie B.
I'd be on your channel, Mark.
Eddie, I want to talk to you, Eddie.
That's too
Mark,
much. for
did you
to
hear
read.
me?
That's your
Hear you
super
say
chat.
Captain Obvious? Please keep my name out of your mouth. Signed, exceptional broadcaster coach, Jason Garrett. P.S. It's coming up on my History Today game. Okay, Eddie.
You go watch the Jason
Eddie
Garrett
B.
highlights.
Oh man, yeah, his Thanksgiving gay game.
What's up, Thomas Garrett? How are you, my
Was he
man?
clapping back then, or was that more of a coaching thing that he practices in the mirror?
That's Jason Garrett's Al Bundy moment. Is what that is.
What's up, Rhonda? How are you?
I won the turkey leg. I won the turkey leg.
I'm Al Bundy. I scored 4
Thanks to
touchdowns for Poke High. Okay. Oh boy. All our wide receivers eat. So are you saying they all bite? Is that what you're saying? Calm down, Eddie B. Tammy, what's up, Tammy? How are you doing? Oh boy. I'm just happy that before I got up here, it was about 7:30. My wife's like, "Don't you have a show tonight?" I said, "Yeah, I do." She's like, and you're going to varnish the floor before you? Yeah, I'm like, I'm going to put a coat of varnish on it before I. So,
How many times have you rented that sander? I'm just curious.
3 times so far because I've
That's it.
because I've been basically doing, like I did the bedroom up here first, and then I did the downstairs room. It's just like it's hard to do all of them at the same time.
Right.
And so that's where I've been working my way through it, because these floors with the paint and stuff on there, and this antique pine has so much sap in it. You go through so much sandpaper. I sanded that floor for 2 days to get it to where it is. So I still have to do up here, although this floor's in better shape, so it shouldn't be so bad.
Gilberto Herrera.
Oh, Mark. Hey, Mark. Will you be in D.C. on 1/8? I am traveling from Texas to the game, sitting 4 rows behind the Dallas Spence. Would love to come to your tailgate. Oh, shit. Here we go.
You always do that one, don't you?
I'm going to have to. But I was like, after last year, as cold as it was, and now they got new ownership, so you don't know how they're going to be as far as tailgating and everything. But maybe we'll do it a little bit differently and not plan on doing the whole TV and people staying out in the parking lot and stuff. Pare it down some, because it is cold. It was cold last year.
Too cold for me. I didn't go.
Yeah.
Wow, Chuck. Great. Love it.
Well, Boo, I'm glad we caught you, or you caught us here. You're working overnight? Damn, what you doing that night, man?
He's at Pink's.
He's at Pink's. He's at the night shift at Pink's. I don't know that I'd want to be at the night shift at Pink's.
He's stirring the cloudy water.
That is a terrible name for golf.
Mark, you look very cool in my tailgate video. Oh, shit! I did. I put that clip on there. Man, we do have fun though at the tailgates. The only problem I have at the tailgates, and I have to do better, is I spend so much time wanting to make sure that the food is done, is cooked, and everybody gets something to eat, that I don't spend enough time interacting with all the fans, because I'm literally like a chicken with my head cut off, cooking chicken wings and doing the sub. And
the day I went,
I was miserable
until the game started. Well, it started at the beginning.
It's a lot of work, man.
I know it is.
I'm working like 3 days ahead of time to try and get this stuff together.
Jamie Garcia, Brian, too many injuries to quarterbacks hurts the quality of the game. It is what it is, I guess. We have to live with it. Can't do anything about it. Jamie, it's a physical game. These boys are big. They're fast. And it's part of the game.
They're coming like a freight train.
When you suffer an injury, it's not if, it's when. And you just hope it's not your big guys. Look at this. Come on. Jesus.
When you meet guys like Calais Campbell and you look at the size of them and you think about them going full tilt at you, and you get 2 or 3 of those guys following on you or twisting on you, it's amazing that you don't have more people carted off.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That was a good cut by him.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, Burrow is definitely out with a wrist injury. It's been a rough year for him this year.
That sucks.
Marinated chicken gizzard and almond milk, seasoned salt, garlic powder, cornstarch, Old Bay seasoning, black pepper, a pinch of Saison, and peanut oil. A little cornmeal in the flour batter. Well, damn. Sounds good.
Sounds busy. But I take your word for it. It's got to be a little busy to drown out the whole gizzard
that's
thing.
what I'm saying. I think that's
East side.
What's up, Eastside?
Come on, man.
What pink? I would know. Jeez.
You better not be talking about my daughter, bro. Break my foot. Queen Bella, break a foot off in his ass.
Eddie B.
Eddie B. Mark, I was at Jerry's house last weekend, also known as the Pigs of the South. I love the big fat hot dogs. Jason Garrett, Jason, I bet you do like the big hot dogs at Jerry's house. Damn, I like Barrow. Hope he's okay.
He was sitting back with a bottle of 7-Eleven wine.
Well, he's got about 250 million reasons why he'll be okay. Eastside, I think Houston will make the playoffs this season. Do you need a timeout? Well,
Dad used to eat those chicken gizzards, Rhonda. He ate all kinds of stuff. He was from the South.
yeah, I remember my parents would get like a half a pig and stuff, and my mom would butcher it up, and we used to have chickens growing up, and of course, chop the chicken's head off, and you see them flopping around.
Yeah.
Scold them in the hot water, pull the feathers off and stuff.
Rough.
Yep. Kids won't understand that kind of stuff. At first, I thought Pink's was a gentleman's club. Pink's is a famous hot dog place in Los Angeles.
The gentleman's club. Especially, was it Karen who comes in here?
Torres Jr., I love you, trying to send some money. Appreciate that. The problem is brotherly shove wears out opposing defenses out, especially on long drives. It can be demoralizing for defense who just have no answer. Okay, Philadelphia, read the room. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about you and your brotherly shove, bro. Okay? Go on an Eagles channel and talk it and circle jerk with them, okay? Nobody here cares about your brotherly shove.
I got you, Chuck. Thanks, my man. Coming UPS. Jerry drinking on that Johnny Walker.
Torres, I don't know what's going on.
The one game that the Eagles have to play, and we don't have
with
to
eggs
play
over
is
easy.
The Chiefs. Hopefully, it'll work out in our favor. Eagles will lose.
Now, I tell you what I do like with eggs. I haven't had them in a long time, but poached eggs, so the yolk is still runny on toast. Ooh, and if you get some spicy sausage to go with it, put that sausage patty underneath of it, man, now that's good. Lamar running, bumbling. Oh, damn.
Man, he just fall.
He's not.
Uh-oh.
Hopefully
Is he okay?
He just tripped.
He just tripped. He's limping. He is definitely limping.
Yeah, you don't fall like that.
Oh, shit.
Something. So let's see what it is.
Maybe Liz.
He kind of, he kind of got his toe caught in the ground. He got,
yeah,
tripped it.
yeah.
Right, the cleats kind of.
There it is. Mark's ahead of us.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, I'm trying to apologize for it. I was wondering how you
Somebody's gotta
knew
say
it so
something.
easily, and that's why I saw it too.
Wasn't your skills, that's what he's saying.
Yeah, it wasn't your skills. You just opened your eyes.
Didn't seem to bother him on this one. Okay.
Yeah, right? He was playing possum.
No, he's still he ran great, but
up,
going back
Rob?
to the huddle, he's got a gimp. Okay. He is not all right. He's definitely not. He's a warrior. Turf toe could be.
The turf monster got him.
I tell you one thing. That's one thing you don't want is a turf toe. People like turf toe. I used to when I first got to college and we had the old turf like they used to have at the link, which was the AstroTurf.
Mm-hmm.
And you basically if you've ever jammed your finger, that's basically what turf toe is. You've jammed your toe into your foot. And every time you walk or if you try and push off, it hurts like a mother humper.
It's small, but man, it can do some damage.
Lamar is limping. Definitely limping.
It's amazing how many quarterbacks have been hurt this year with the way they protect them. You got Jimmy G. Well, his feelings are mainly hurt, but Jimmy G. You've got Deshaun Watson now. Now you got Joe Burrow with the wrist. You've got who else? TC on drums.
TC, what up, TC?
Too cool on drums. Looks like the AFC is wide open for the Texans. Oh, Lordy. East side is the Philadelphia for the Texans. Go to bed, little roadkill. Angelica Barone is about ready to bitch slap you.
I think you lose this week, East Side. Your game is over.
Who do they play this week? Who did Texas play this week?
Denver. I think Denver beats them. Denver's got a hot little bit.
Do people owe Russell Wilson an apology?
Playing better. He looks like he's in shape, though. Look at him last year. It looks like he's...
Chuck, I got it when I played ball in Hawaii, and we played it on AstroTurf in the Aloha Stadium.
Aloha Bowl. Yeah, I was over there for their... they have flea markets there on the weekends. Then, like in the off season.
Mm-hmm.
So when I was in Hawaii, we went to one. It was neat.
That was a mistake for them to stop having the Pro Bowl there.
Oh,
Players wanted to go. Season's over. Free trip to Hawaii.
I love the Pro Bowl.
Oh man,
Again,
It was a reward.
The Pro Bowl should be after.
Yeah, I agree.
I really think it's.
I mean,
you could include that.
I mean, going to like Orlando, NFL players don't want to go to freaking Orlando. Let me go to Hawaii. Go hang out on the beach, you know.
Yeah,
and all that.
definitely. You take your family with you.
Yeah.
You spend a few days. It's, I agree. I hate that because when it's over, the Super Bowl's over. It's over, man.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing. At least you had the Pro Bowl. You get people. You got people who won the Super Bowl. You show up.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just I don't know. I enjoyed it.
They want to be there. Now it's kind of like,
Yeah.
no, I'm not going to Orlando. And so,
Yeah.
like,
How many people bail out? You see all these people bailing out.
which is why you've got so many guys that are, I was a Pro Bowler. Well,
Yeah,
you
well,
weren't. But you were.
Four guys said no thanks.
Right. You were the fifth one, so said yes. Okay.
Beautiful, isn't it, Thomas? I went to Hawaii. I guess about 6 years ago now. I went for like 12 days, 13 days. I went on 2 different islands. It was a great
wow.
time. Definitely want to go back. Definitely want to go back. I went to Kauai, the Garden State, and I went to Oahu.
I think it's illegal formation. Yeah, Jamar was covering the tight end.
Oh, you play the Cardinals this week?
Yeah, they
Okay,
did the
my
Cardinals.
bad. My bad, East Side.
Mark, I was walking in Hawaii on the beach, and it's beautiful.
Yep. Boom.
Oh, I can guarantee you, Tony shoots.
He was
it was
in
beautiful
position.
there.
I don't know why he moved up.
Roquan.
What sucked was the last time I was in Hawaii, we went ahead to see the Battleship Missouri. But
Yeah, I was on that.
There was a government shutdown, so we couldn't go over the Arizona Memorial. That was closed. Like, come on, man. It's like I'm never going to get the chance to come back to see that again.
I think I was there right after you then. Because it was open. They had that submarine there, too.
You waited too long, man.
Well, I think this game is over.
Yeah, as much
And
as
it's
this guy's not
over now.
terrible.
Yeah, if you didn't have... If Burrow was still in, you'd
Yeah,
have
the
a shot.
Ravens defense is no joke.
Yeah. They're
That
feasting
offensive
now.
line of Cincinnati is not good at all. 2nd and 22 from your 13-yard line is not where you want to be. That was me. Mark Holmes, an Eagle fan, came to my job with Eagles hat on. I didn't disrespect Cowboys Nation
Waikiki.
with shit on.
Hey, Thomas,
Okay.
How busy was it at Waikiki? You literally have to park a mile away. If you're not staying at the hotel, the Hilton Hawaiian Village, or right there, you literally got to park a mile away and walk in.
Yep.
It is just jammed. So I had to go down to Hilton Hawaiian just to go see.
Oh, he's launching it. He says,
Out of bounds.
He could have got his feet in bounds. That would have been nice.
He got carried out.
Yep. Good job by the corner.
We stayed at the Hilton Hawaiian Village, and when we were there checking in, they were shooting Hawaii 5-0
ice cream right outside there.
They were shooting Hawaii 5-0 in our lobby, so we had to wait for about 2 hours before we could check in.
Yeah, we went to the local police, or I don't know if it was City Hall or police station, and that's where they filmed the opening of the Hawaii 5-0.
Yep. We went down there to the beautiful trees that are like beside there. Yeah. They're humongous.
Yep. Oh, yeah. I have pictures of the trees. Exactly. The boat, I don't know if you remember this, right by Waikiki there, the boat, the little harbor there with the boats, that's where they filmed the opening of Gilligan's Island.
Didn't know that
one. Yeah, we went and saw the Pearl Harbor Memorial. It was awesome. Yeah, it was cool. You can still see the turret leaking a little bit of oil, I guess, or whatever.
And we also climbed Diamond Head.
Yeah, you ever see inside of there? That's cool.
Oh man, yeah, because you're looking through that concrete that's about 6 feet deep. This little to look out at the Pacific Ocean. And then to get up there on the top of the view was incredible.
Yeah, I didn't go up that, but we flew over it. We saw it was all hollowed out.
It's a hike. It's like 1,700 feet up.
If you ever go to a luau, you got to go to Chief's Luau. It's way out, but it's the best luau. That's where they filmed. It's right where they filmed that movie, First 50 Dates. It's really neat.
51st Dates.
51st Dates, yeah. Chief's Luau.
That's one of my wife's favorite movies.
Yep. And Adam Sandler, whenever he comes to town, he goes to the Chiefs. It's right there on the ocean. It's just beautiful. Very cool. Yeah, nice mall. Yeah, it's a huge mall. I've noticed, I guess because of the how close they are, but everywhere you look, there's Asians there.
Eddie, you're nut. Mark, you're so right about Orlando. I mean, I would rather go to the Pinks of the South, signed Jason Garrett.
I think there's a Pinks in Hotlanta, but I don't think it's a hot dog joint.
It's
a
burger. Like blonde, it's like dirty pink.
Time now for tonight's journey, presented by Hyundai. Infinity War of Attrition.
They ain't lying on that one. A war of attrition for tonight.
Say third quarter isn't in. Should have time for somebody.
Yeah, we got to call it after 3.
What, you ready to head on out to Pinks?
Nah, I'm just saying this game sucks now.
It's over. I think is Lamar still playing?
We got a backup quarterback. This is going to get ugly here.
Especially if they score here.
Yeah.
Damn.
Okay, so especially when they score here.
Damn.
Yeah,
we might call it early.
Yeah, it's one of them nights.
You can tell as it's gone now. The yawning is increased.
Pinks is overrated. You know what? I was like, it was many years ago. It was when my daughter moved to L.A. And whenever I'd go out to L.A. to help her move, I was always still on East Coast time, so I'd wake up like 5 o'clock in the morning. So I would, and my daughter's still passed out because she's still on LA time, which is still, they don't get up till 9 o'clock anyway. So I would always go out and go hiking, just walking around. It's like I would always see this place, Pinks. And Pinks, 24 hours a day, it seemed like was always a crowd of people at Pinks. It's like, I got to get me a hot dog from Pinks. I was so disappointed. I was like, seriously? Y'all motherfuckers stand in line for this for an hour? It's like,
really.
yeah. Pink's hot dog. But for the most part, whenever you see
You're
a
gonna wait in
place,
that line. You better get 4 of them.
oh shit, no, you don't want to get 4. You don't want to get 4 pinks, okay?
I don't know. You're gonna wait that long for a hot dog. You'll eat it.
But most places I've been to that you've seen like on Food Network that are the famous places,
And
they're not that good.
Had him.
They're famous for being famous.
You know what I had that was really cool? I believe it was in the Kauai. It's called Hookah Dog. Hookah Dog. It was.
he could use
What was it about the Hookah Dog? Yeah, it was a hot dog encased in a bun, but it's like a deep fried type bun,
Okay.
and you could get different toppings on it inside.
kind of like a pig in a blanket,
But it's like sealed, but big size, really really
How did
good.
he
It
get
is-
out of that tackle? Oh my
Damn, how did he get out of that? Oh, wow. He's out. Damn.
Man,
Damn.
look at that awareness.
What's that?
You got another Bengal
I
down.
don't think he's tall enough to get that on the sideline.
Hookah Dog. We saw it on Food Network before we went out there because we got to go get them. It was like a hot spot you had to go way out in the middle of nowhere, but it was good.
About the only famous place I've seen on Food Network.
You order, they must have like 50 different types of hot dogs, but like I said, it's a deep fried in this batter.
You're right, Gina. I always have to give a place at least 2 times, the minimum, because I always like, well, maybe I got a bad cook or something.
The only place that I can remember
You don't like pinks, Gina.
that was actually
good.
good food that I saw as like on one of the eating shows was Mama's in New Orleans. And it was hilarious because I took Joe Boo with me. And I had Joe Boo on the counter. And this older black lady, I forgot her name. She's like, you brought a Cowboys voodoo doll to New Orleans? She grabbed a spatula and she slapped Joe Boo and knocked him over.
Nice.
I was like, okay. But the food was good. The food was really, really good.
Well, you guys want to roll or what?
I'll wait till at least the end of the third quarter.
Yeah, we'll ride it to the end of the third quarter.
At least.
6 seconds.
And at that point,
Thomas,
it's like,
them
yeah,
luau's,
okay.
man. The Chiefs luau, they had good food. I'm not big into a lot of that stuff, but it was good. Thought it was neat
like
how they
luau's.
did the.
There was
I
lots.
like
Since I was at
luau's, but
Oregon,
it all depends.
Since I was at Oregon, I had a lot of guys that were, Samoan, like
Yeah.
Polynesian kind of guys. So you would hang out with them, and they would like cook a pig in the ground.
Yeah, that's cool.
Oh man, it was just amazing stuff. Just incredible food. Very, very good.
Yeah, it was good. What was that stuff they had that we didn't like? Nobody liked, Tina? Yeah, some kind of potato that begins with a P out there that the locals won't eat, but it's like a classic. I
Okay.
can't remember what it was called, but it was. Ugh. They tried to. It was purple, whatever the hell it was. Help me out, people. I forget what they called it, but but the rum runners were good.
Oh yeah, I bet. Did they do them frozen as well?
The one I had was not frozen. Like the
Frozen
luau
rum
I
runners,
was
those are
at.
pretty good.
Yeah, I like a good rum runner.
We have here. They have
Well, Mai Tais and
they have
rum
a
runners.
Miami Vice. It's called. So you put a rum runner and a pina colada together.
Ooh,
And that was called a Miami Vice.
nice. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Book 'em, Dano. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. And the end of 3. Well, everybody, I think it was Poi. You got it, Chuck. Poi.
Wait.
Poi.
Oh, pass the poi.
Peanut. Poi. Yeah, she's like, that's it, Chuck. Poi.
She's all like, that's
P-O-I.
it. That was it.
Look up Poi. Google it. Don't take my word. Google it. Anyway. So it was a good chat, everybody. Mark, are you hanging on? We're getting out of here.
All right, I'll let you guys go. I'm going to hang on for just a couple more minutes here while I try and figure out what kind of sub I was going to do. I was going to do a pulled pork one, but I'm not leaving until Saturday, so I don't have enough time with it being a 1 o'clock game.
You got any deer stuff like that?
Deer? No, I don't.
Venison?
No, I don't do this.
Look at his face. He don't want deer.
Oh,
He gonna
okay.
go another chopped cheese.
I'll have
another
scrapple
elk.
before I have venison.
That
Haven't
them
done it
boy
right.
kicks and wearing the. You got to put that jersey away, man. It's bad news.
But I
Gotta
cannot
just
do
go
steak
old
and
school.
cheese
Why
anymore.
don't you do something?
I was thinking about like it's an Italian shredded beef sub. Maybe I can do a slow cooker. See, if I do a smoked pulled pork, that's 20 hours. And that's like shit. That means I'm up all night Saturday night.
A lot of content.
That's true.
How about Carolina? It's like baking.
Come on, if you go Carolina,
You got to do barbecue.
yeah.
Got to do pulled pork.
I think you're undefeated with the pulled pork. Nah, I don't think you are. I think you lost.
Well, we lost the last game of the season last year, remember?
I lived in Hawaii for 3 years, and it ain't
called
that.
baking.
After the first year, it's boring. Yeah, my Chuck, my father was stationed in Pearl Harbor a few different times when I was real young, and my mother would go for a month at a time, and they loved it, but it's expensive to live out there. The food.
You're right about that. Shoot, I remember, and this was 10 years ago. We stopped at McDonald's and had sausage and egg McMuffins with coffee and a hash brown, and it was $22.
Nice.
I was like, what
About
the?
what it is now.
Yeah, but I'm saying this was 10 years ago.
Excuse me. All right, Phil. You ready to roll, my man?
Yeah, I gotta.
Yeah, I'm gonna
back.
go. So I
All
want
right,
to
good people.
thank you everybody for hanging out and watching this game. I think the Ravens are locked it down. So, what do you got to say for yourself, Phil?
Nothing, man.
Thank you, guys.
Nothing at all.
Like, how dare I even watch this game and get excited about it? You know, that'll prove them wrong. You know, we should have known with a good matchup that somehow the Thursday night football curse was going to come in and take these guys out and make this a boring contest. So I thought they did a really good job for Thursday night football, taking these important pieces out to make it to slow down this game. Yeah, Mark Andrews just goes out all of a sudden. This is what we're talking about, though, man. Want to stay healthy for your matchups, even the ones that, you know, this should be an easy game. You got to come out. You still got to perform. I'd rather, play a great game and defend the, we're scoring on crappy teams. Well, I'd rather do that than worry about not scoring on crappy teams. So I'm ready for this next week of football once we get past here.
There you go.
Mark, I will let you go.
All right.
Everybody, if you're on my stream, hop on the
Thank you,
marks and finish and, ride it
Finish
out.
him.
All right, everybody.
We're gonna
Peace
try and
out. I'll
hang
see
on here.
everybody tomorrow on my lunchtime chat.
Appreciate you.
I will be there late.
All righty. And there we go. All righty, so we got some diehards here. We'll hang on for a little bit longer. And we got the fourth quarter here. I don't think the Bengals are coming back. It's sad that Joe Burrow is hurt with his wrist. Quarterbacks are dropping like flies, it seems like. We heard Deshaun Watson is out, of course, with the shoulder surgery. And We'll see what happens with Joe Burrow. And boom. All right. Eddie, Mark, please tell Eastside and Philadelphia, did I hear a knock on the door? It's called reality. Wake up. Save some every other NFL team. Shout out to you, Eddie B. Eddie. Okay. Let's see how quickly this half can go. I mean, this quarter can go. So if I'm going to do pulled pork, that means I need to get home probably by, say, 3 on Saturday and get my smoker going because it's a 1 o'clock game. At Mike, I wasn't the one who said the words. I was rephrasing them, sir. The kids, that's what you say, not me. Okay, I have no idea. There's a whole full quarter left. Yeah, there is, but the way the Bengals are right now without Joe Burrow, I don't think they're going to score 2 touchdowns to get back in this thing. I hope the Ravens beat the 49ers soon. That would be good. Lola, Miss Hot Sauce. Did I not get you earlier? There you go, Lola. AFC East, 0-7 record over the last 2 weeks. Damn. New York Hubby asked, do you watch the Colorado? Did I watch? I've watched a couple of theirs, but, you know, me, there's not enough time in the day to do everything I need to do. I'm Mark's age now and keeps saying how old he is, and I guess I'm old. Tammy, you're young. Shout out to Tammy. Well, the reason being that I call her Miss Hot Sauce is at Lowe's a couple years ago, they had Lola brand hot sauce, and they had some habanero and some pepper, Carolina Reaper hot sauces that were spicy hot. So that's why I always call her Miss Hot Sauce. Good night, Tammy. Pleasant dreams. Bengals throw the damn towel. Colorado's playing Washington State. Is that tonight? Oh, it's tomorrow at 10:30. Okay. I might try and watch some of it. And who does my JMU Dukes play? Shout out to JMU Dukes that are, they play Appalachian State. Ooh. 2 games left to the regular season. So College Game Day will be at JMU on Saturday for Senior Day. Damn, tickets for JMU's game are $150 and up for that game. Damn. And top tickets for JMU versus Appalachian State are $1,300.
Behind Mitchell for the moment would have a first down bunt.
It's Simpson again. It's going to be his second holding call.
Holding Austin, number 76. 10-yard penalty. Replay, second down.
He's surprised by the blitz by Jordan Battle.
Wow. So some of the students are reselling their tickets.
Left right there. Right away, he knew.
Wow. So they're getting in trouble for reselling their tickets because you get free tickets as a student. But some of the students are trying to sell them. And if they get busted on that, they got a big problem. Ward family, what's up? How are you doing tonight? Of course, Dak has a chance to win MVP, but he's got to play extremely well. He's got to play way, way better than anybody else, of course. Lamar running, goes down. Why is Lamar still out there? That's what I want to know, because Lamar has clearly got an ankle injury. Thank you, Tony. Brian B. I've never heard of JMU Dukes until watching this channel. Well, they just moved up to the FBS last year, and they were Division One. I forgot FCS. Them and North Dakota State played a couple of national championship games against each other. They did win 2 national championships in FCS. Mark Holmes screams, "You didn't shout out my name. I can't believe it's that important to me." Rhonda, I didn't get you. Help Miss Buttermilk Biscuits. I didn't get you. Oh my God, I'm sorry. Mark, please talk about how the NCAA is shafting JMU again. I mean, they met the NCAA halfway by playing a Division I schedule, only get screwed over by them. This last decision should be in the BCS. They should be. Did they finally decide, no, we're not going to help you? I know they petitioned. Sources: NCAA postseason waiver requests for James Madison, Jacksonville State, and Tarleton States were rejected today. Screw you, NCAA. That sucks. That sucks. A broken institution, Virginia age. Okay. Broken institution, Virginia AG hires law firm for James Madison football 3 hours ago. Another day, another development in James Madison University football endeavoring to make a bowl game. Virginia Attorney General Jason Myers has hired a law firm to represent the school in a potential lawsuit. Okay. Sent a 3-page letter to the NCAA ahead of the decision Wednesday to decide James Madison postseason waiver request and ask for a response by Friday. We fully hope and expect that the various committees in the NCAA as a whole to do the right thing and allow JMU to compete in whatever bowl games its performance warrants. The letter failing that JMU is prepared prominently to file a lawsuit in the Western District of Virginia asserting that the bowl ban violates the antitrust and partially other laws. The NCAA doesn't care. Fans react as James Madison football gets denied again. So that's what I figured was going to happen. They're not going to change the rules for JMU. They don't care. Yeah, they're coming out and busting ass in basketball too. JMU is becoming a powerhouse in sports. Thomas.
A week from tomorrow, day game, the afternoon game on very good coverage.
Angelica, you seem like a sweet Spanish country cougar that lives down Texas whipping up. What? Okay, Philadelphia, that's way out of bounds, bro. That's way, way out of bounds. That's a good idea. They should take the court because it literally doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. They're in second year and they are doing well as any with the Division 1A schedule. They should be able to compete. Second and 7, boom. I'm having a feeling that this game's going to end 27-13. They upstate Michigan State last week. Let's go JMU. Mark, would you be would be a great player if you were in today's JMU? No, I would not be. I'd be too small, too old. Philadelphia, she doesn't like Eagles fans, She-Gull fans. Right about that. That's bullcrap. They're winning a basketball too, or are they putting in the Wheaties? I don't know what they're feeding at D-Hall. It's crazy, when we were there for homecoming weekend, they've got these delivery bots that are just like riding all over the place, delivering food and stuff to people. Yellow flag on Philadelphia. He's a little shithead. You got that right. It's just something about the shout outs that make you feel so. I'm sorry, Miss Buttermilk Biscuits. I missed you. I don't know how I missed you. I'm sorry. Because we all like them buttermilk biscuits. Clouds, I definitely enjoyed playing for JMU back in the day. It was fun. It was something to do. And when you made Traveling Squad, the chicks digged you. You're looking for a sugar. Oh, God, East Side. Okay. Spider on the wall. Okay. Oh, boy. We're coming down the home stretch here, 11 o'clock. Who's still with me? Oh, boy. Look at Derrick Henry, man. Damn, that's a big man. Derrick Henry is a big, big man. 8 p.m. out west. I'm here, bro. Mark hit on the quarterback at practice, and I got chewed out. Oh man, yeah. You didn't touch the quarterback. Yeah, that was my problem. Was I did too much partying and not enough studying at JMU. Roadkill's alarm clock will go off here in a minute. Okay. So we have a a Black Friday game next week. I didn't know that. NFL trying to get in as many games as they can, aren't they? That's a great left tackle there. I wish we had traded for Henry. Damn it. Lola, it's not me. Right now, actually, YouTube is automated on the ads and stuff. For when you upload videos and things. The upcoming Monday Night Football game might be a rating bonanza Super Bowl rematch. Yeah, that one should be good. Eagles versus Kansas City. All right, 2nd and 4. I'm still wondering why Lamar Jackson is still out there with the bad wheel. In high school, I carried a briefcase and wore a jacket with shoulder pads. I remember the shoulder pads were in for, oh man, definitely for the ladies. I definitely remember that. Yep, I remember the Hamburg brothers. Simba. What's up, Simba? Definitely would like to see the Eagles go down for real. Oh, 2nd and 9. We're going deep. Boom. Chakalaka. It's definitely over now. Damn. They're my cousins. Oh, nice, Troy. Tony. It was Troy Hambrick was one of them. I can't remember his brother's name. They had to give him more of a squared look. It was like shoulder pads, you know. See if I can find an image of him. That was during the 80s. How can I look up 80s ladies shoulder pads and you'll see. But that was the in trend, shoulder pads, just like crazy hair was. Darren Hambrick, yeah. It was Troy, yeah, it was Troy and Darren, that's right. But it wasn't like real, you're thinking of like football shoulder pads. It was just a pad in the shoulder, okay? So that way it made you have that more squared look. Well, let's see how we do have a lot of weapons, but let's see how we do against teams that aren't the Giants. Oh, kid Cowboy. Well, checking from the headboard. Damn, bro. Damn. Wishful thinking. Eagles are going to win. Us Cowboy fans must focus on our team. It was a style. It definitely was. Oh, Brian B., I'm happy that they are saying. I'm happier that what they're saying is actually he is playing good because he is playing good. Simba, I'm turning 17 on January. Can somebody tell me what life was like in the 80s? Oh, man. Life was like in the 80s. Punk rock and new wave were coming in, okay? Goth was beginning. I was in high school. I graduated in 1984. Songs like Whip It Good, were like there. Ron Reagan was the president. It was the fall of communism, and they tore down the big wall. Let's see. We were worried about nuclear holocaust. And let's see, what else? I was about 30 pounds lighter. How about that? Is that enough? Ladies had crazy big hair. Mullets were in. Oh, breakdance. Oh, really? The dawn of rap music. Oh, my God. Now, Rapper's Delight was really the first rap song, which is really the 70s. But definitely rapping and breakdancing was really that's the golden age of rap music. You know, like Houdini, Run DMC, LL Cool J, you know, Tupac back in the day. Oh, my God. Fun going to, okay, for $10. I need to see us destroy this week and go home injury free. That would be great. Yep, the LA Olympics, 1984, LA Coliseum. East Side, I didn't do drugs. I've never been that drug guy. Smart ass. I was stationed in Norway when the wall fell, and it was huge over there. It was all over the TV all the time. Obviously, it was on the TV everywhere, but it was crazy. I would imagine in Norway, it must have been really off the chain. The Trans Am was the shit. That and the Cobra 2 was also, too, the Ford Cobra. Heavy metal, yeah, there was, of course, all the heavy metal. Ozzy Osbourne and Def Leppard and all that. Michael Jackson, yeah, he was, Michael, of course, was beating it. Oh, look, it's back. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, and you also had Carl Lewis sing the national anthem. That was like Roseanne Barr. Oh, you can't forget about Grandmaster Flash and Houdini. I mean, there were so many great rap groups back in the day there. Oh, man. Remember the Walkman? Oh, my God. We had a cassette tape that was small enough with headphones. We could walk around with it. Bon Jovi, yep. You had the Police, which, of course, was Sting, his original group. You had Van Halen, of course, which was also big back then. You cried when the Berlin Wall fell? Yeah. Troy Harp, get him, Mark. Too short. The 1984 Firebird. The Firebird Trans Am. Oh my God, Ronnie. Yeah. And I hated it because cigarette smoke just gives me a headache. And when you had to go to the backside of school, it was like the outside courtyard. And all of them be out there smoking cigarettes. Oh, man. And what was crazy was my birthday's October 10th. And my senior year, I was 18. In Virginia, that was the last year that you could be 18 and still buy beer. So it was legal for me to buy beer in high school. Think about that. It was legal for me to buy beer in high school. People actually, yeah, we actually wrote notes to each other and actually had conversations in person. New Edition. Can't forget about Janet Jackson, too. When Blockbuster Video was the perfect date experience. Ice-T and Ice Cube, of course. NWA. All that stuff was hitting in the 80s. Oh, you get jackets. Yeah, jackets with buttons. And definitely, everybody had posters on the wall. Top Gun, remember Top Gun? You still have a Blockbuster card. That was NWA. Yep. When riding in the back of the truck was fashionable. Yep. Duran Duran. Yep. And Duran Duran, and can't forget Men at Work too, of course. Yep, U2 was big then too. Man, I remember going to Blockbuster all the time. Blockbuster, and actually Blockbuster was after Earl. Earl's was first. Oh my God! And Zubaz was actually 90s, but Zuba pants. Anybody remember Zuba pants? I remember I had a gray members only jacket at JMU. Oh shit, I wore the hell out of that sucker. Knight Rider, yep. Luther Vandross. Don't you remember you told me you loved me, baby? Yeah, that was on the DD tapes, the DD cassette tapes. You know what the DD tapes were? Does anybody out there know? Everybody back in school had a DD tape. Does anybody know what a DD tape was? Anybody out there? Devo opened up for Journey. Parachute Pants. Goodnight Roadkill. When High Water Pants Were Deplorable. Biker Shorts. Still Have My Zubas. Okay, DD tape was the Drawer Dropper. Okay, that's where you had all of your slow jams that you were hoping that, ooh, you had like Ready for the World. Oh, 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 girl, tonight. That song was so nasty, nasty. Oh, didn't know what a DD tape. Hubby didn't know. Oh man, he didn't know. Oh, poor hubby. Oh, okay, yeah, that's when you had your DD tape. The Drawer Dropper. Yep. Tomcat Shoes. Love Song Mixtape. That's what it was. The Drawer Dropper. You know, you thought you were cool because, you know, you go ahead and turn down the lights or you put a colored scarf over the lamp, you know, so that way you get some blue light because we can afford the blue light bulbs, okay, the black light bulbs. But you turn the lights down low and you put on that slow tape, you know. Ooh, get yourself a little drink. Come on over here, baby. Come on over here. That was the early Netflix and chill, okay, back in the day. No, I was ready for work. Let Me Love You. Oh, man. Let me love you down. Yeah, those are the songs. R. Kelly DD tapes. Oh, man. How about Prince? Oh, yeah. 1984, my freshman year at college in the summertime, went to see Purple Rain with that woman right there, along with a whole bunch of us from JMU. At an old movie theater in Harrisonburg. It was one of those great big huge movie theaters where they had one theater and there's like 10 of us in there and there's like 300 seats. Sade, Anita Baker, and Sheila E. Oh, Sheila E. Sheila E. I tell you what, I saw Sheila E. at the Super Bowl in Minnesota, and I guess that was 2017. Sheila E. still looked good. Sheila E. still getting it done. I was just like, damn, Sheila E., damn. Year I graduated, 1984. That's the year I graduated. Don't forget about the Isley Brothers, of course. Oh, man, you can't forget about the Isley Brothers. Alan Williams. They don't make songs like that. Reel-to-reel tapes. Chuck, we actually had some reel-to-reel tapes growing up. parents had a record player that had 78s. All right, we've almost made. It's only a minute 46 left. Miracle Ice, 1984. Oh, I remember that. The Miracle on Ice. Hold it, Mark. Do you or your wife know Terry Allen? She used to be an old girlfriend way back in the day. I'm not sure. Payphones, oh my God. You see, young people don't understand the struggle. You know, when you used to have to actually get directions to go someplace, and you'd be on the highway and you were lost and you had to find a payphone to call somebody to figure out where you were to get to where you're going. There was no GPS. Oh my God. See, y'all don't understand. Y'all got it made. Yeah, you always had a pocket full of quarters. Oh man, when pagers came through, oh man. Shh. I remember renting a car because I went down to pick up Tracy because Tracy had finished school and she was trying to come up our way and had a job interview that she had to go to. And I rented a Toyota Celica from Enterprise Car Rental. But that's when they first started getting actually cell phones. And the cell phone was in a suitcase. And it was $1 a minute. And it was Cellular One. And it only worked in certain spots. And you pick up the phone. Thank you for using Cellular One. Okay? And so you literally had a suitcase with a phone with a cord tied to it. Oh my God. I got a cell phone, man. I got a car phone. So you thought you were big shit when you had a car phone. Arcade machines. Oh man. I used to like Missile Command and Defender and what was the other one I liked so much? Galaga. That was the other one. I said I had a GTS, a Toyota Celica. Your dad had the Supra, had that brown Supra, man, that I always wanted. I was like, man, I'd love to have the Toyota Supra. That long ass phone cord, but you were cool though, man. See, you be styling like, hey, I'm on my cell phone, man. I'm spending $1 a minute talking to somebody, but I'm cool. Oh man, Mortal Kombat 1. I remember going to JMU and we had Punch Out, body blow. Okay, yeah, the good old days. Cowboys, no, the Cowboys don't need me, bro. Projectors, yeah. Atari 26. Now, I had the Atari when I was in high school. I remember one of my favorite games was Frogger. Frogger and was it Pitfall? Pitfall and Frogger were my favorite two ones on Atari. You weren't kidding that a cell phone and a beeper were high tech, man. I actually have a Rock'em Sock'em Robots actually in the man cave at home. I bought it at one of the card shows a couple years ago. And it works. Their heads pop up. Yeah, you're right about that. Young generation don't know nothing about that. Well, it looks like this one is over, 34-20. So let me say from the bottom of my heart to all you good people, I appreciate y'all. And as always, I will see you guys soon.
Fuck them birds. Fly, Eagles, fly. Now we shoot those birds out of the sky. Stupid dumbasses managed to give up a 3rd and 30 to my sexy arm. Pathetic defense and team. No wonder I own those piece of shit frauds every damn year. Don't get me started on the fans. You boo me while I earned a respected award. Losing the Super Bowl was just karma for you fuckheads. I can't wait to drop 100 on your heads next season while being the daddy of the NFC East again.